Yeah. You know how we seek that higher knowledge. Only the ignorant can't relate. We just kill them with love instead of hate. That's what it's about.
We are Moors.
Shout out to the Grand Sheik, Cujo L, Iron Sheik. Yeah.
We are Moors. Heard what I said? Circle 7 snapback, not just affairs. We are Moors. You heard what I said? Blue, white, green fairs, not just red. We are Moors. Heard what I said? Keep talking reckless and muftis for your head. We are Moors. You heard what I said? Your slave name crest might have a Moor head. We are Moors.
20 Moors rockin', you could call them Moroccans. Great COS adepts, let's get it poppin'. Got a problem with my sheep, got a problem with me. I be on the front line rollin', 23 deep. I be studying for hours, 7 days a week, working on my higher self, cause the devil don't sleep. Big ups to Cujo L, that's the Iron Sheik. 7's up, facing the east, praising Allah. Astrology, cosmology, that's the real law. I slow roast ya, master the flame like Zoe Roaster. The rise of the new Moors, old heads move over. That Kundalini energy rising up like a cobra. This is training day, mount up with real soldiers. Elevate beyond the hate and claim your lost estate. The only reason you hate is you too blind to relate. The only reason you hate is you too blind to relate.
We are Moors. Heard what I said? Circle 7 snapback, not just affairs. We are Moors. You heard what I said?
I don't rock a hat, just a turban, no affairs. We are Moors.
Heard what I said? Keep talking reckless and muftis for your head. We are Moors. You heard what I said? Your slave name crest might have a Moor head. Stop talking crazy. You can't be everything but Moors. That's like willing to stay minority and not mature. Therefore, Tashtarik Bey taught the world don't respect you. However, since you wanna be it, you go down when they fall. They, the ones you call government, that's really a corpse. Black man means funeral director. Should make sense, of course. Music is the food and the message, the medicine. Mumble food is poison. I'm with the golden era veterans like Mobb Deep. Condolences, QB, RIP Prodigy, who studied the history of the Moors and etymology. You missed the Corsica headband, disguised as a bandana. Moorish MC, the real Moroccan, not a French Montana. Kendrick Lamar, you Sarahite, trust me, Hebrew's a language. Lupe put Moors in his video, made the point vantage. Yassine Bey knows Sabir Bey knows Moorish Master MC. Fruquan Bey and Daddy IU are on some Moorish degrees. Spraga and Bojuno, they even kill Peter cause of Macintosh. Still visit Digable planets, hip-hop astronauts. Milky Way flow, rays of tassels, blind unbelievers. To higher than other senses, to still pick up the frequency. Pick your addiction, truth will still make itself known. To go platinum now, you gotta give up more plus your soul. Large professor built pyramids, I watch Drink Champ steady. Cause Nori said Drew Ali on a track, so call me petty. Also Martin Moore exec produced the War Report album. Aboriginal Super Cat taught me how to hang and scalp them. Operation Lockdown video feathers like a Seder Duke. Initiate invasions, activate outdoors every spook. We are Moors. Heard what I said? Circle 7 snapback, not just affairs. We are Moors. You heard what I said? Blue, white, green fairs, not just red. We are Moors. Heard what I said? Keep talking reckless and muftis for your head. We are Moors. You heard what I said? Your slave name crest might have a Moor head.
We are Moors.
We are Moors. Heard what I said? We are Moors. Heard what I said? Heard what I said? Heard what I We are Moors. We are Moors.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quickies. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try? If Canada gives you Canadians, and Mexico gives you Mexicans, and Brazil gives you Brazilians, then the United States should give you United Statesians, not Americans. America is a continent, not a country, and that is why it is called United States of America, meaning United States belonging to America, or United States from America. America is a continent separated in name only. North America, Central America, and the adjoining islands, and South America. So the next time you're in the presence of someone talking about those Americans this and those Americans that, or I'm going to America, or American politics, each time they mention Americans or America, interrupt them and ask them, wait a minute, which Americans? From which country? Or disagree with whatever they are saying and start talking about a random country in the Americas, like say, Paraguay. And if the person speaking says they are speaking about people from the United States, just say, oh, you mean United Statesians, not Americans. Common sense was made before book sense.
We got the brother Grand Chief Studio on the line.
Hey, Chief, you zoned out. Your mic is mad low.
Testing. Hey, yeah, we got the Canaanland Moors in the building. Islam Moor, what's up, brother?
Islam. What's good? Peace to all the Moors online and peace to the Moors in the chat.
Peace.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, man. Big up. Big up.
Peace to Canaanland Moor. What's up, brother?
Yo, peace and love, yo.
Yeah, man. Hey, what? Yeah. I wanted to show you something. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Let me share my screen real quick. Boom. All right. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is called El Pital. It's a massive ancient port city home to 150 pyramids. 150 pyramids, some of them more than 150 feet high, built more than 1,500 years ago. This is in...
Jesus.
Yeah, you see that shit?
Say that again. What Pital? What Pital is that? Say that again.
El Pital. I think this is in Mexico.
Oh, El, right? Okay.
Yeah, El.
That sounds Moorish.
That's just Spanish, man. That's a Spanish word.
Oh, just Spanish.
You know the Spaniards conquered Spain. So yeah, it's a Spanish.
But Canaanites had El before the Spaniards. So
El does mean the Pital. You understand me? That's
no,
all.
but El been around since the Canaanites. So what do you mean Spanish?
I'm not gonna beat you, bro. I'm just saying. I'm sharing. I'm just adding to what A1 is saying. You know what I'm saying, we were doing great things over here.
I'm qualifying what you're saying. If that's Mexico and they're saying El there, and everybody knows El comes from the Canaanites, which is way before the Spaniards, then what do you mean Spanish? Wouldn't that mean that the Spaniards copied the Canaanites if they're saying El in Mexico?
Yep.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, most likely.
Most likely, right? Okay. So that would mean that that's Moorish then.
Yeah, but this
Nah.
right now, what I'm saying, the people who's writing this history, bro, They're writing it from a Spanish perspective. I literally had to translate. I had to translate the page for you to see it right now and can read it. You feel me? So this is the Spanish article right here. So every time you see like when I'm looking up stuff in Mexico and stuff, Spanish colony, you're gonna see the stuff in Spanish. And they use la and L in Spanish a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
but doesn't Spanish come from Latin, which is Moorish?
Yes, sir, but I'm saying these people are not from the land. They came there. What I'm saying is the people who brought that L and that la there, they came there. They colonized the land, though. They Spaniards who came to Mexico to colonization. You get what I'm
check it
saying?
out, right? Yo, check it out, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? We have the opportunity to put things up on the board. So, Canaanland Moore, you can share your information. Where him putting up L doesn't mean more. Because then now you say Superman's a more.
No, I never said that.
Hold
I never said that.
Hold on. L comes from Elohim. Check. Are we gonna play game? Let's don't play game. Elohim. If Islam comes from Shalom, then you can't say that this is Islamic or Moorish, because if we have Paleo Hebrew, we're saying that everything comes from America first. So when I see those pyramids, I'm not saying, oh, those are Moorish pyramids, because guess what? There's no, you do not have anything to prove that, and you can pull it up right now and show us how do you put L.
So you're trying to say that L has nothing to do with the Canaanites.
No, I'm just saying you got to show me.
What do you mean? I don't have to show you. All comes from the Canaanite. That's Canaanite language. There was a god in Canaan. There was a god of the Canaanites called El, right? And then he wore a fez, right?
No. But you calling them Canaanites, though. But I need you.
No.
I need you to
What do you mean I'm calling them Canaanites? How is it that I'm calling them Canaanites?
Oh, okay, so where does Canaanites come from, brother? Where's the origin of that?
Say that again.
Well, you know what?
Where's
Chief?
the origin of Canaanites?
What's the origin of the Canaanites? Obviously, it's not European, because there were no Europeans during the time of Canaan.
Can you tell us the homeland of Canaanites, brother?
What do you mean? Obviously, Canaan.
Where's Canaan? I'm asking you.
You mean where's Canaan? You don't know where Canaan is? Canaan is above ancient Egypt.
Yeah, okay. That's Samaria, then, or the Sumer, right?
And they were.
Hold on, real quick. Hold up, hey Chief, hold on, real quick. You said Canaan is above ancient Egypt. You talking about? Are you saying Egypt over there in the east, right? You talking about that Canaan, right? And you saying Canaan land will be the Iberian Peninsula?
Not limited to that, but there's Canaan there too. Just like there's Egypt over here. There's Memphis over here, which is in Egypt as well, right?
No. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of what you're saying, right? Are you saying that Canaanland is over there? This is the question that we're having, because.
Well, let's look at it.
And can I see some what's the ancient people name of this land now?
The ancient people were called Canaanites. Hence they're from Canaan. That's common sense, right? That's not, you don't need a screen share for that.
No, I got you though, but right, like okay, I'll give you a perfect example, right? They talk about Jerusalem as the ancient place a long time ago, right? But we know it wasn't called Jerusalem, so they're talking about new things, right? So my point is, right, when you're saying Canaanland, where is the source of this? And if you say the Bible, then you're going to Harry Potter. You understand my point?
Why are you bringing up Bibles? I never brought up Bibles. Why are you talking about Bible?
Well, no, I'm just saying though, that's where I see it at. Hamites and all these other people that I see the source of that is the Bible, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only source I ever seen. There was Noah's son.
You're telling us that it comes from Sumer. Guess what? Guess who runs Sumer? The Ashkenazis have rewrote everything. So when we're talking about Ashkenazis took over religion, we're talking Kabbalah. So you're saying that Canaanite come from that area, brother. That's what you're saying. I'm
saying that El is a Canaanite god. Don't distract from the point.
All right, brother. All right. Since we jump on,
so L will be Elohim. All right, but hold on. So that's what he's kind of saying. That's what you're saying, right, Canaanite more, that the Canaanite God is Elohim, right?
And those were dark-skinned gods, weren't they? They weren't European.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, all right. So
and any dark-skinned person, especially African Negroes, are Moors, right? Or are we gonna be in denial of that too? Because it seems like we're talking about dark-skinned people here. We're not talking about European.
More just like African has a date, brother. Right, like Berber would predate that, right?
Berber's a language. Don't talk about Berber. Berber's a language. That's not a people.
Brother. Everything that we're saying is Hebrew, Israelites, all the stuff is all languages. What we talking about, Islamic. You know, all these. We talking language.
That means they're not. That means they're not. Bro. They're not people. Berber is not a people. Islam's not a people. Hebrew's not a people. Those are languages.
Made up. This is not real. There's no such thing as Canaanland, brother.
How is there no such thing as Canaanland?
It's called Harry Potter land, brother. That's what it's called. What you're saying is made up, man. This is what we're talking about. So you're talking Elohim.
You're not talking scholarship right now.
You have that's the same God as the Israelites, though. Hold on. That's the same God as the Israelites. Yes or no?
What's the name of that God?
So you say Elohim. Wait. You say Elohim, right? Elohim will be the Israelite God, right?
The Israelite God was El Shaddai.
Okay, so we understand where Elohim comes from.
No, but, okay.
I got you. But what we're saying is the language comes from America. More people are saying El over here. El this, El that.
Regardless where it comes from America or whether it comes from over there, the whole point
but is that it comes from over there, though. I asked you a specific question. You said it comes from over there. So once again, you're the type of person that is always throwing stuff in Africa or Sumer first. That's the Jews who made that up. And you should know this.
Nobody does anything first.
Because when you're talking about what you're talking about. Hold on, but listen though. I'm gonna let you talk because you can show. But one thing you're never gonna be able to do is be able to prove what you're saying because you're gonna have to get biblical text, and they have been translated. So I asked you what's the ancient word. What's the ancient word for Canaanland, brother?
The fact.
What's the ancient word?
The fact that we're talking about ancient, we're talking about before the Atlantic Ocean. So all these land masses were one. Are you going to tell me that the land masses weren't one? You told me that came from the Bible too?
Yeah, but everybody would still be different people, brother. They would still want to call themselves Canaanites. So you believe in the flood, you believe in Noah, you believe in Ham. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't do it the Bible. I don't do it the Bible. I never brought the Bible. You're the one that brought Bibles up. I never brought up the Bible.
That's the first place I heard it from.
So where you? Chief. Instead of arguing, just ask. Just ask questions. So you said that's what Canaanite. We know Canaanite come from the Bible. So where you get it from then, Cujo?
Book of Genesis. The Canaanites are the descendants of Noah.
All right. So look, real quick. Are we just totally dismissing the Bible as a fairy tale book altogether, Chief? Or are we saying that it aspects in it that is real?
Well, that's the first place I ever heard the term Canaanites used is from the Bible.
But what I'm just saying, I'm just saying because I'm just trying to understand, I'm trying to get an understanding. And when we say some of these things that's in the Bible, are we writing them off as all myths? Even in the Old Testament, or
I'm not writing it off as a myth.
So what we asking then? So what kind of question are we asking then? Why?
I'm just trying to instead of arguing, I'm just trying to get an understanding like where you coming from. Let me just ask a question. So look, so you said all right. So you said Moors are dark skin complexion person, which that's the same thing I agree on, right? So we can also say that it was Islamic, it was so-called Moors that practice whatever you believe the Islamic faith, because we don't know what the Islamic faith is according to what they do over there in Middle East, right?
No, but they're founders of the Islamic faith, though.
Say that again.
The Islamic faith wasn't founded by some pale Arabs.
I know that. I know that. I'm just saying, we don't have the original. Do we have the original Islam? Like, I mean, as far as what was it, a form of sun worship, or like was it? It damn sure wasn't worshiping no damn Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know what I'm saying? And I know, Moors don't worship Muhammad because they consider themselves to be Muslims, not Muslims.
All right, exactly. So which means that it has nothing to do with Muhammad or Quran that people say today, Quran or none of that. If we say Islam, we're talking about I self law and master, which is self-governance.
Okay.
That's Islam. That has nothing to do with, you told me the indigenous people weren't self-governing over here?
We just read that we wrote the Iroquois Confederacy.
All right.
The damn Constitution.
So that's Islam.
All right. So I mean, listen. I mean, like I said, a lot of stuff I definitely concur with. But to put it in different perspectives, but listen, I'm just saying, among a lot of Aborigines, to put it in the perspectives of, like, even like I just was saying, the Byzantine Empire and a lot of these people that did come from Europe or came from over in the Iberian Peninsula that did come here and did what they did to us, because it was other people that looked just like us, but under the assumption that we consider, all right, well, all the people that come from over there are the same, you know what I'm saying? And which is not, because like I said, the Christians are the ones that came here and applied the shit that they did to us.
Exactly. And we know that we're not Christian. We know that it wasn't us that did the BS to us. We know that the only way that the BS happened to us was some of our own sold out and gave those people powers that they shouldn't have gave them. Now, you're talking about putting it in the right perspective. A1, you didn't need some right perspective. You went and studied and you agree that you're a Moor, even though you call yourself a Tachanist. And this is what my issue is, that if you're a Tachanist, if you're Aboriginal and Indigenous, and you could agree with what I'm saying, that we're Moors, even though you call yourself a Tachanist, then what's wrong with all these other people?
Because you know what though, I came through a different, like me, my understanding of it is a little different from it than a lot of other people, because you got, like I said, there's so many different like, I'm gonna say misnomers about what we hear about Moors and more sign, but and that's a good thing and a bad thing, because some Moors make more science like Pan-Africanism.
But we're not talking about them. We're talking about...
No, I know, but Cujo, but since we're talking about it, we have to put it in perspective to where the people who think this way could agree or relate to what we're talking about.
But the people who think this way are some of the people on this stream right here.
Exactly, but they, like I said...
A1.
Yeah, go ahead.
Respect and love, my brother. Can I speak? Can I have a little conversation with Canaanland more?
I'm gonna mute my mic. Go ahead.
No disrespect. All right. Big brother Canaanland. How you doing, bro?
Everything's peaceful.
Respect and love. Not coming from no place I hate. I'm just confused and I want some clarity, right? Can you please explain to me what and who is a Moor?
A Moor is any dark-skinned person.
Any dark-skinned person.
You dark-skinned?
Yes.
Right. So then you qualify.
So, all right, so cool. So who gave that authority? Hold on. I have another question.
Let me ask you a question before you ask your question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're from Jamaica, right?
Yes, sir.
There's a Moor town there, right?
Yeah, there's Moortown, there's Westmoreland, all of that. But this has
right.
So my ancestors told me that it has nothing to do with the Moors. It has to do with more land. The people always fighting for more land. It's just more land. That's all. It has nothing to do. This is oral history. I'm from here. You're not from here.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the problem.
Right.
Oral history is more distorted.
So where do you get your history from?
Use it. How about common sense? It's
history is common sense.
Common sense.
No, where do you no what I'm saying?
The highest sense.
How do you learn? Who do you learn from? Do you learn from somebody else, or you just manifest this thing in your mind?
Common sense is the highest sense known to man.
So you don't have no teacher?
Of course, there's teachers. I have many teachers.
So who's your master teacher? That's what I'm asking.
Say that again.
Who is your master teacher?
I have many master teachers.
Where do you get this knowledge from? Like, how did you get into this knowledge? That's what I'm asking you.
I got
more science. Yeah.
By studying many different people.
Was you born here, my brother, in America?
I was born in Toronto.
He was born in Toronto.
Yeah.
Do you have any connection to Africa?
Connection to Africa
in your lineage, yeah, in your lineage, personally.
Toronto's over here. I don't have no African connection.
Okay, cool. So what's the connection with the Moor? What's the connection? Let me ask you this. What is the connection with you and the Moors from North Africa?
America is also Africa, because
I didn't ask that. I'm not asking that. The question that I ask you is, what is the connection, what they call in Africa today, over there on the other side of the pond? What is the connection with you and the Mauritanians and the Mohabs and Morocco and all of these Moors, Berbers and stuff? What is the connection? You here and them over there, yeah.
But why do I need to have a connection to them to be Moors? When
they say they're Moors. They say they're Moors.
Hey, look, hey, look, that's the whole thing. Look, listen, look, bro, look. Like you asked them, look, real quick. You asked him, and I don't want nobody to get this shit confused neither, right? He just said I was a Moor, right? And I said, yeah, I agree that I'm a Moor, but I agree with that as a descriptive term. Just like, even though I'm not black among certain people, if you say, yeah, I'm black, I will agree with that. Even though I don't consider myself to be a Negro, among certain individuals, I will say, yes, I'm a Negro. Even though I'm not colored, among certain individuals, I will agree that I'm colored. Even though technically, officially and unofficially, I'm not an Indian, but because that's the description of what they call the people here, then I am that. So it depends on how you apply it. Please don't get that associated with someone that has to be part of the MSTA of America. No, you don't have to, but that's where. But that's where we getting it. That's where people is getting the whole conception. Just like at one point, just like the same way he's saying it in a term, just like we say we all black. Now, whether you reject that term. That's what he said. But whether we reject that term or we don't, like that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
I just want to explain myself.
Right, because I'm trying to get the brother's perspective, because I've been watching you guys for a while, man, and every time when we having good builds, you got the Moors they come on the panel and they cause confusion, right? And I'm not saying this with a hateful. What I'm saying is I just want to get to understand the brothers, because I think they have something to say, but I want to hear what they're saying, because most of the times we end up fighting, you know what I'm saying? So I want to calm everything down and give the brother a chance to explain himself, and so we can understand where he's coming from, you know what I'm saying? So from what my understanding from what I'm saying, tell me if I'm wrong, brother. What you're saying is you're not tied to the religious part of this whole Moorish paradigm. You're not tied to no Islam thing. You're not tied to the Moors who came over here and sold us out to the colonizer. You're not tied to that. All you're saying is you're a Moor based on just using the term as a descriptive term to describe dark-skinned people. Brother?
I'm not talking descriptive. That's
what are you saying then? Is that a bloodline? Is the Moor a bloodline? What is it?
Yes, it's a bloodline.
Where's the bloodline originated from?
The bloodline is worldwide. The bloodline's not limited to one place.
Where's it originated?
Bloodline, yeah. Where's it originated from?
If our people,
yeah,
dark-skinned people, right, found.
You see what you're doing though? You're just saying that you're just using semantics to put more on everything that you see. When he showed the pyramids,
you should put
first thing hold on. Where are your pyramids?
Before you use semantics out of context.
They should be pyramids in Sumer. Why don't you have any pyramids in Sumer?
What do you mean? Why would I have pyramids in Sumer? I'm not from Sumer. What are you talking about?
Why would you come to America and make pyramids? We didn't even have them there. Why would that be?
What?
And also, the Sumer conversation, once again, the fatal flaw that you have is the origin of what you're saying doesn't come from what you're saying. It comes from the Zionist Jews.
What Zionist Jews? Everybody knows that the Jews aren't the Jews. Those are Ashkenazi.
Yeah, okay. No. Don't speak for Moors right now. Don't speak for Jews. Don't do that.
What do you mean?
Only speak for
Jews. The only Jews.
I know you've heard.
There's no Jews that are European.
Huh?
There's no Jews that are European. As soon as you say the
bro,
Jew,
you got Jewish Moors. You got Christian Moors, right?
And they're not Europeans.
Well, I got you. What came first, a Jewish Moor or a Mohammedan Moor?
Like
I know. I got you. Okay, you saying that the original people are dark, right? So we all clear on that. We're not tripping. We're talking about, but what you're trying to do, you're trying to paint everybody more, and
if you're dark, you're more. What the hell?
But your only thing is it's a descriptive term of dark skinned people. You can't, when you say bloodline, you can't qualify that.
Yeah, when you bloodline, no, you get me twisted. You got me confused when you say bloodline. Because guess why? Listen.
Let me tell you why you're confused. Let me tell you why. Right? Let me tell you why you're confused.
Yes, sir.
You're confused because you've constantly adopted all these adjectives as an identity. So when
you don't know me, so you don't know what I adapt. You don't know that. Listen, you're accusing me of something that you don't know.
All right, I'm not accusing you of anything, because if you're telling me that you're indigenous, I
didn't say that. Did I tell you today that I'm indigenous, sir?
Bro, you don't have to tell me that. Look at your picture. What do you mean? You're not indigenous?
Yo, why are you putting words in my mouth, my brother? I never did that to you, man.
So you're telling me you're not indigenous, born free?
I don't even know what indigenous mean, my brother.
Okay, so what's your nationality, born free?
My nationality?
Yeah.
I'm American. That's what I am, bro.
American's not a nationality because that's a continent. You can't be a continent.
Well, that's the nation. That's the nationality. It's American.
Okay, hold on.
What are you talking about? American is not a nationality?
Hold on. What's your nationality? Hold on. Hey, Cujo, what's your nationality, brother?
My nationality is Moorish American.
Hold on. Goddamn, bro. This is what we're talking about. You two places. Bro, yeah. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
I am. Just like,
come on, bro. Hey, bro, you making yourself look crazy.
Root word. Jamaica is a part of the Americas root word. In the chat, don't be disrespectful. Matter is a part of the Americas root word. Check yourself, man. Check it out.
Like if you ask somebody that's in China, what's their nationality, they're gonna say Chinese American because their ancestry is Chinese and they're in America.
Not being China.
Okay, so what part? Okay, so my brother, why you gotta be two things at once? You can't be two things at once, my brother.
What do you mean? We're talking about bloodline. Moorish is not the adjective. Moorish is not.
No. You just said everybody with dark skin is a Moor.
America can be. Look, America. Look. Hey, Chief, hold up. Look. America can be a nationality because the people of America will be the Americans, which will be we know the word nationality come from the word natural. True will be the Tanchan. So even if you natural to one place, you wouldn't need a nationality. We only need that because we only need. I'm just saying, look, we only need a nationality because the European came here and deported us or made us part of a foreign corporation. So you have to, when you say your nationality, you can just say, I'm American. I'm the original American. I'm the Aborigine.
That's
the nationality.
No, that's what we're saying, though, bro.
I know, but we ain't gotta let you go back and forth and keep arguing.
This is a point. I got you, though, but this is an important point, though. The point is that when he asked what's his nationality, he said American. He said, you're not American, that's a place. So now I asked him what was his nationality, which I already know the answer to this. He's going to say Moorish American. So either he's describing a place or he's describing two places. He's either describing a kind of American or he's describing an African American. The same thing. That's the same shit, bro. Nobody's gonna tell us any different over here. We're too smart for that.
Yeah, it's my bloodline is Arua.
Yes, if your
what they call Arua today. That's what my lineage told me. My people. They say we Arawak. That's the original saying, and what they call Arawak.
You're
That's
Arawak, then you're not American. Then you're Arawak. So then say Arawak.
Arawak is a part of the Americas, bro. These people live in the Americas.
But no. You know what nationality means, brother? You know what nationality means?
Do you
Because
know?
right now you saying you're hold on, wait a minute. You said you're Moorish American, sir, but you were born in Canada. You would be a Moorish Canadian.
You're
right?
Canadian. Yeah.
Trinidadian national.
There's no way. There's no way.
You are false right now. You are claiming. You're false claiming right now. That's what
there's no way that I would be a Canadian because Canada is a corporation. Canada's not a country.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Bro, you hurt my head right now, bro. You hurt my head, man. Like, we're only talking legality right now. You the more you know this.
Hold on a second. You want me to
okay,
prove?
but listen though. I can't come to Canada.
Can I make Arawaks in Florida?
Hey, look. Hey, real quick. Real quick.
I got three questions, please.
Hey, look. Real quick, let me can I just show one thing real quick before we even go into all that? I just wanted to show one thing.
I just ask a question?
Just hold on, sister, but let me just make this point real quick because I know y'all about to get into it. So let me just show this one thing dealing with national. Okay, now we deal with national. It said or pertaining to a nation or a country regarded as a whole. Okay, now country, we are in America. We are the Americans. That's it. That's it.
Not a country. America is a continent.
Huh?
America is a continent. America is not a country.
Well, you could say North America.
Okay. So what is more America?
Whether you talk about North America, South America, Central America, regardless of what America you talk about, it's not a country.
Okay, so what's your nationality? What's your nationality?
You can put more in front of everything. You can put Moorish in front of everything, but you're not American, bro. Yeah. Let's get back to that. You do not own any paperwork that you have. It does not have American. Is that correct?
What do you mean? Any paperwork I have?
You just say you're Moorish American, bro. So how
you?
How
you
you
have Canadian or Trinidadian on my paperwork because I'm not Canadian or Trinidadian. So this is the country. America is a country. It's called the United States of America.
What are you talking about? America's not.
Okay, where is this Moorish place at then? Where is this at?
Where's what at?
We asked this question. We asked where was this Moorish at? Where's the place at? Right?
Yeah. Hey, Zo, wanna chime in? Hey, Zo, what's up, bro?
What's going on, gods? What's going on, real Americans? I just got 3 questions to ask Canaanland Moore, and that's it. Then I can get off the panel. But they're simple questions. The first question is: Canaanites and Phoenicians are the same people, right?
Yes, they are dark-skinned people.
Okay. So the Canaanites and
we know that they're not.
Okay,
pale.
Hold on.
We know they're not
you
pale.
Answered the question. Hold on, man. I know they're not pale people. I'm talking. You answered the question. Let me continue. So the number 2 question: where is there a glyph or a petroglyph of anything that relates to Moor?
If you go to the hieroglyphics, E. Wallace Budge, hieroglyphic dictionary, MR.
No. I'm talking about like location.
No, you said glyph. Glyph is a symbol. What you said glyph?
No, petroglyph is pictoglyph, bro.
Say that again. Petroglyph is what?
Is a pictoglyph. That's something you can actually see and touch.
And that's what I'm saying. A hieroglyph is a petroglyph.
Okay, so where is one located at that you know about?
Like I said, E. Wallace Budge, hieroglyphic dictionary, MR is more, and it's represented by the picture of an owl and the picture of an eye.
Okay. Now, my last question is that's your answer. Okay. Now, my last question is: have you heard of the father of Canaan, which created the Canaanites, led to the Phoenicians, led to the Moorish people, and all of that? He had told his son to not stay in the land that was given to his brother, right? And his brother, guess who his father was though? Ham. So the Canaanites come from Ham, and the American Indian and original people come from Shemitic. So have you heard of the story in the Torah that speaks of this?
Yeah.
So you know that if you're claiming Canaanites, you're of the seed of Ham, and you stayed in Shem's land without permission.
Permission from who?
But it's called, you know, when they say promised land, you know what promised land means? It's like a gift, it's an inheritance.
And I'm asking you, permission from who?
Okay, because so the Most High had divided these lands upon the people, right? And you just answered everything that corresponds to the Torah, which you can't. The Bible is the New Testament. We're talking Torah, the Old Testament.
I'm not Hebrew, so that has nothing to do with me. You could talk about
talking Hebrew. Hebrew is just a title. We're not talking title or none of that. We're talking just we're answering questions.
No, that's
so you
no,
said it.
What you're talking about right now is Hebrew history. You're talking about Torahs and all that.
No, I'm not talking about, man. Hebrew is way after the Torah, bro. I'm not talking Hebrew nothing.
If
you're going different directions now, if you're not, I'm just saying.
If you're
because what you said no, hold on, Cannon. You said that the Canaanites and the Phoenicians are the same people, right?
The Canaanites and the Phoenicians are the same people. And they're the same.
Exactly. They're not the same. Listen, what I'm saying is they're not American Indians, bro.
Nobody's an American.
Hey, but you know what though? Real quick.
The Ben Ishmael tribe, the Ben Ishmael tribe were over here. Ben Ishmael.
No, they wasn't.
What do you mean? No, they weren't. The Ben
Ishmael
tribe were in the Americas. What are you talking about?
No, they wasn't.
What do you mean
they wasn't?
There's
you can't tell me one source. Tell me a source.
I have a question for the brother. I want to ask him: is there any cases over here that has won that was presented in the Supreme Court where the Moors winning land, getting back land as Moors in America?
Is there any what?
Is there any land that was won back in court? With you guys presenting this information, like you guys are Moors. Can you show me a case file?
Yeah, the Henry Turner versus the United States, the Washita case.
No, that's Quashita. That's not more.
What do you mean?
I know the case. I know the case, bro. I know the case. I presented this already on the channel. You want me to break it down? Hold on, Quashita. That's not Washita. It's Quashita.
Second. So you're telling me, right, that the Empress of the Washita is a fiction? She's
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to your question. I'm answering your question. Let me answer.
Are you telling me that the Empress of the Washita?
I could pull up the whole thing and show you. Let me break it down to you, bro. Because you might
Don't
not.
break nothing down to me. I'm a Moor. I already know stuff.
Hey, bro. Before you even go into it, she had a bay. She had a bay on the last name.
Yeah, of course, I know.
It was called the Washita Moors, man. It was. I got you. I just want to put this out there. I just want to put this out there real quick. When you the videos that the Empress got when she talking, she referenced Drew Ali, man. She do, like, and I'm not even trying to just say that to like to like, you know, because I was about to do a video on the Empress or whatever. And I even got her PDF of her nationality, the nationality PDF that she had and how she declared it. But it do say Washita Moors. I'm just saying it do. Just like before you even go, she have a bay on her last name. She do. So, I mean, I'm just saying, if you like you want to debate the fact that
I'm not debating nothing. A1, this is what I'm saying. I did the research on this before. I've been looking into the whole Washita thing for the longest. Even before you guys start talking about this on this platform, I've been looking into this thing. Right now, this is what I'm saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the Washita people. I'm gonna share my screen, okay? Because I've done this already. I'm not trying to discredit nobody. Like I said, I'm not coming from a place of hate. This is real. Even the real, right? Somebody sharing. Can anybody sharing? Can you stop sharing? so I could show.
My bad. Go ahead. Hold on. Let me.
My brother, just give me a minute. Let me break this down. And when we're done,
go ahead. Let him say. Go ahead.
Canaanland more. I'm gonna say something and present something. If I'm wrong, then you correct me, bro. Because like I said, I'm not too big to learn. You could teach me too. I can learn from you.
The Empress of Washita is a bay. I don't have to say anything.
Yeah, because that can be added, bro. I could put bay on my name tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Check this.
Empress of the Washita is a bay. What do you mean? What more you want? You want more than that? You don't have to share nothing.
Relax, man. I'm trying to share my screen, but it's not sharing.
Share. What are you sharing?
Hey, tap on the look. When you tap on it, just give it a second for it to come up.
Whether it's Washita, whether it's Wichita, whether it's Wichita, whatever, you're talking about the Empress of that. The Empress of that said that she's a bay. What more do you want that the Washita?
Listen, this is what I'm saying. The Quashita people don't call themselves no more, bro.
The Empress.
Listen. You're not giving me a chance to speak. Let me break it. Like I said,
how come the people you're talking about aren't debating the Empress?
I present, bro. You have
how come?
Hold on.
Can you just
Canaanland, Kugo, you'll be able to respond. You're next, bro.
Yeah, just let me say what I'm saying. Let's have a good dialogue, man. We grown up.
We
grown up, my brother. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna play for man. All right, cool. Now, Quashita, right? Quashita are the Native American tribe who lived in northeastern Louisiana along the Quashita River. Their name has been also spelled as Washita by the English speakers. So this is not the original name, okay? This is the original name, Quachita. It got changed to Washita by English speakers, right? Now, many landscape features and places have been named for them since colonization of the region by Europeans and Americans. Now, if you go through all this, this is talking about original peoples of the Americas. Okay, that ties back to the Olmec, to the Mayans, to the Aztecs. Okay, it says nothing about Moors. You could go. I could pull up every article on the people. It says nothing about Moors. Now, listen. Let me finish. I said this to say, no disrespect to the sister. What she did was powerful, but she got the land before she had the Moorish title to it. She had a bloodline through the Quashita people, and she brought that in court, and she won the case with the land. Once she won the land, she met up with noble Jew Ali, and she started going to the Moorish paradigm, and then she turned her stuff into a Moorish kingdom. Okay, she added the religion to the thing afterwards. If you don't believe me, check it out. This is what I'm saying. She never presented herself as a Moor in the court. She presented herself as a Quashita. When she got the land, that's when she created the whole Moorish paradigm with noble Joe Ali. I did the research.
So why is it then that if she's not a Moor, why didn't they tell her, don't call yourself that?
She never went into court with the Moorish argument, bro. I just said that.
Hold on. If she went to court,
what was the ultimate thing? What happened with her?
Quashita. She won the land by using the term Quashita, which is the original people of the land. She had
born free though, but you do know. Look, born free. Listen, look real quick. You do know she was still going to court up until the time she died, man. So she still, and I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even trying to like that. Like that's like, at the end of the day, whether she went in there as Architar or whatever, she still won the land. Now, like I said, whether or not you go in there, like you said, as a Moor or with that title or whatever, you still won it as an indigenous person. So, I mean, like, I mean, to me, I don't have a religious. I have a understanding and 4 different understandings when we talk about Moors: the descriptive term, the MSTA of America. When we talk about the Moors of the Iberian Peninsula, which we say is North Africa, and that's connected to Spain, you know what I'm saying, and also the Christian Moors. So it's a lot of different people with the term Moorish or Moors or whatever, and it's not just one individual with that term. It's applied to it was applied at certain times according to the individual that was saying. No one, I don't think we never called ourselves Moors. We never said we was Moors. It was people who applied that term to us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. Do you agree with that, Canaanland Moore?
I would agree with the fact that there's many people that apply Moor or Moorish to who they are, but I wouldn't say that it's because of description. I would say that it's because of bloodline.
No, I'm saying he said the people on this land in America wasn't calling themselves Moor. They was called that by other people.
No, but Ali's from this side and he called himself Moor. What do you mean we didn't call ourselves Moors? What are you talking about?
No, that's what A1 said. I have to agree with A1.
I'm glad you brought up Noble Ali. So did Noble Jew Ali get converted to Islam? Hold on. Did Noble Jew Ali get converted, sir?
What's Islam to you?
Here's the point, though. Here's the point. You know he went to Egypt. Hold on. You know he went to Egypt.
Did Noble Jew Ali get converted to Islam? What's Islam to you?
Noble Jew Ali would be considered a Moorish American. Keyword American. The base word of this conversation would be American, the ground that he was born on, his ancestors were born on. They wasn't born in Egypt or Morocco. Can you walk with me? Okay, let's get there.
He said Moorish American.
Doing,
he didn't say American only. He said Moorish American.
How are you a Moorish American? How are you Moorish? I got you. How are you American?
I was born in America. What the hell are you talking about?
No, you was born in Canada. You just said Toronto is not
America. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay, so now what you're saying is, right?
Isn't Canada in North America?
Excuse me?
Isn't Canada in North America?
Yep.
Okay, so if I was born in Canada, doesn't that mean that I was born in America?
Too, but Mexico is not an American country. Mexico is a Mexican country, just like Canada. What's the name of the country? What's the name of the corporate? You can play all these words and matches.
No, Chief. You know, Chief. Look, hey, look, real quick. Let me just say one thing. Nah, look. I know, but look, real quick. Let's understand this, right?
Mexico is
North America. Look, in North America. Look, real quick. Look, real quick. In North America, we are under the so-called United States. Now, outside of the United States, the whole continent, everyone is America. Even Alaska is America. You know what I'm saying? The whole continent.
No, that's not true. America, Alaska is not in that United. No, y'all not saying no. Canada is not America. America, we're the United States. We're in America.
This is your style.
No. I know, but what you're doing is though. When we're talking, we're not talking lineage when we're talking nationality. Let's be clear.
No, right? You're not talking
nationality. You are a native Canadian. Your ancestor, your lineage goes back to Trinidad.
Bro, listen.
So here's my point. I cannot come to Canada without a passport like you can't come here. These are two different countries.
Listen to yourself.
I understand what I'm saying though. So when you're saying American, that you're American, you are playing.
You know what the secret
game. Isn't Canada North America? No, yeah, it is, but it's.
You know when they say secret societies. Do you know what the secret of the society is?
Please tell me.
The secret of the society is that they study Islam. They're not Christian.
Come on, cuz like this shit crazy, bro. Like you making a whole like, bro, like this the same shit. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. I know you don't understand that, bro. Y'all got the same deities, bro. Jesus is in your book. What are you talking about? Jesus is in your book, fam.
Listen.
So how you and Christians and some Jews have the same God, bro? Come on, bro.
Let me ask you this question.
How is Jesus your?
Let me ask you this question.
Let me
ask you this question. Who's Yehoshua? Who's that? Who's the Yehoshua?
Yeshua Hebrew is my partner. He probably knows that, bro. That's so I know. I don't know.
Say that again. So are you saying Hebrew that there's no historical? Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
Getting locked up.
I'm not. I mean,
so
like,
there's no.
You a zealot, and you don't want to admit that. So what you want to do is you want to paint everything under the brush, but the same thing that
you're the only one
do.
bringing up religion. I never brought up religion. I never brought up religion. You're the only one that's bringing up religion.
You said Canaanite, bro.
The first time that I came on here, I got you. From the first time I came on here, I told you Islam is I, self, law, and master. What are you telling me about religions? What the hell are you talking about religion for? I'm not talking religion.
Where you get Canaanites from? I got you. If I watch the Harry Potter movie, right,
religion.
I got you. If I watch the Harry Potter movie, right,
religion.
I come back and I start talking about the characters of Hogwarts, right? No. I got you. And I start talking about characters.
The brother already came on and he asked the question: Are the Canaanite and the Israelite are the Canaanite and the Phoenician same people? Yes, I agree to that. Yes, they're the same people.
Who came first?
Who came first of what? The Canaanites and the Phoenicians?
Yeah.
Obviously, the Canaanites were first.
Okay. Where do you find these Canaanites at, brother? I asked you that question. You said
Canaanites come from Canaan. What do you mean? There's a place on the map that was called Canaan. What are you telling me about Bible?
What year was this called Canaan?
There's maps in the world. The world has maps. When you go check ancient maps.
My point is though, right? Where is this map at? Can you show us right now? Can you show us right now?
Bro, just go on the goddamn Google and Google Canaan. It'll come up. What do you mean? You don't need me for that.
Okay, we got you.
What the hell you need me for that?
May I ask my question now?
Mexico. You want to know Mexico? You look up Mexico on a map, and it's gonna come up that there's a place called Mexico.
This is Chinese now. Yeah.
Talking about
Canaan. May I ask you a question, please?
Floor is yours.
Okay. I have my grandmother's death certificate in my hand. And her race says American Indian.
That's a fiction. Because this is not India.
So her death certificate is a lie then, right?
Is this India?
It says American Indian on death certificate.
If it says Indian, that would imply that this is India, because that's the only place that Indians come from. There's no Indian.
Wrong. Foul play. Technical. You get a check for that, bro. No, it's not.
In America. You're telling me that Indians come from America now? Just like you're telling me Canada's not part of North America?
I'm telling you that they're using the word interchangeably. You know that, sir. And you know, on her grandmother's birth certificate,
if they were using the word interchangeably, they would call people black Negroes. There's no interchangeable. Negro means black.
They said blackamoor. They said blackamoor. It's the same thing. What are you talking about? Blackamoor.
Because black.
Don't make us pull it up, bro. Don't make us pull it up. You're talking crazy right now. Bro,
hold on.
Everything that you're talking about comes from Canaanland. Okay.
I wasn't finished.
Don't try that.
One at a time, man.
When you look up blackamoor, it tells you that black is the adjective and more is the noun. It tells you that in the dictionary. Noun. So if more is a noun, then it's not a description.
So in 1842, her being identified as American Indian is a lie then.
Yeah. What's her name? What's your grandma's name? I bet you it's not an indigenous name.
It is. Brown is an indigenous name.
No, talk to him, Betty. Talk to him. Oh, you crazy as hell, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, Canaanland. I hope your people ain't watching this, bro. I hope they're not watching this.
Say her name.
Her name is Margaret Brown.
Well, Margaret Brown. That's an indigenous.
Yes. She was buried in the Indian Reservation Cemetery.
Margaret Brown. Buried in the Indian Reservation. So if she was buried in the Indian reservation, that means
South Carolina.
Let me finish my point.
I'm trying to tell you where at.
I don't care where it is. You already told me Indian reservation. It doesn't matter where it is.
South Carolina.
Hold on a second. The fact that you said Indian reservation, I just want to understand what you're saying. So
she was born in the Indian Reservation Cemetery.
If she was born in the Indian Reservation Cemetery, that would mean
buried there.
Buried, brother.
If she was born.
She died, buried, brother.
She was buried.
Yeah.
If she was buried on an Indian reservation, that would mean that your grandmother was under the Bureau of Indian Affairs, right?
She is.
Okay, so if she's born, if she was buried under Indian reservation and she's part of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, then that means she's property of the people who created the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
Okay.
Oh, you just said that?
Thank you.
Oh, so if she's property of the people who created the Bureau of Indian Affairs, that means she's a slave.
My brother.
Are you saying?
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, we already understand from the native people.
Look up the Bureau of Indian Affairs. They tell you who created that. That wasn't created by indigenous people. That was created by colonizer. So if you're so indigenous, why would you allow yourself to be tied to something created by the colonizer when you know that those people are the enemy and they came over here and you have the Aboriginal right to be yourself, but you don't want to be yourself, you want to be brown, and then claim that that's indigenous because you're under the Bureau of Indigenous Affairs? That doesn't sound too indigenous to me.
Bro,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They call Moore's thing in the sheik on the treaty with the Moors. They call you guys subjects.
What do you mean, who they call subjects?
They said my subjects in there. It says that right here in America. The subjects, my subjects. Yes.
And who was the treaty done with?
You guys, the Moors.
Who was the treaty done with?
Treaty of peace and friendship, my brother.
And who are the parties of the peace and friendship treaty?
You tell me. You know better than me. You're more. I'm not.
You're the one bringing it up. If you're bringing it up, speak.
Okay, explain to me who's the what's the term when they said subject? Who that apply to when they said don't mess with my subjects over here? Who was they talking about in the treaty?
Who would they be talking about if the treaty was created by the Moroccans and the United States, which are Europeans? Why would the people who founded or started the treaty be the ones that are subjects? You're not making any sense. Obviously, the Europeans are the subjects. Why would the people who set up the treaty be the subjects? You're not making any sense saying that the Moors are the subjects.
What they said, bro, I read the treaty. What it said is it's a treaty between the United States and Morocco, right? And the Morocco.
No, Barbary, Marrakesh. It's actually Marrakesh.
So
that's treaty. It's not. No. Not gonna get away with this. Not gonna get away with this.
Now, Chief knows it better.
That's how we check the United States than America, sir. No, bro. Listen, you said what you said, so let me correct you. Okay. First off, the United States is in America. Second off, that treaty was by y'all Sultan, right? In Marrakesh. Now, the Sultan didn't sign it. He sent his emissaries the same way. Like, no Sultan would sign something or meet with an ambassador. See how that works? He got the people. His ambassador. Hold on, I know it hurt, bro. I know it hurt. But at the end of the day, you're talking about but the point is though, that's over there. What you're doing is by calling yourself North American. Right? One, you're
about the truth.
Bro, let me talk. I'll let you
you're bringing up BS right now. Because what you're not realizing, what your incompetent self is not realizing is that if the indigenous people were the ones who wrote the Constitution and the Constitution came after the treaty, then that means that you guys should have been the ones that did the treaty. How come they didn't do the treaty with you if you're the indigenous people here? Oh,
bro, first off,
obviously crickets, right?
No, it's not no crickets.
The treaty was signed in Morocco.
Right? If this is your land, if this is not the land of the Moors, this is the land of the indigenous Americans or whatever, and the treaty is what brought these Europeans over here, then why is it that the treaty was not made with the so-called indigenous Americans? It was made with the Moors.
The treaty wasn't really about the land, bro. The treaty was about the trade. The trade.
It's about land.
The treaty about the trade routes. They were fighting for trade routes. What are you talking about?
If they had 13 colonies of land over here, what the hell are you talking about?
Bro, that wasn't the United States. First off, let's be clear on that. The 13 colonies was not the United States. sir. That has nothing to do with my. That has nothing to do with my ancestors. My ancestors have nothing to do with none of those treaties right there. Number one.
Where are the?
Let us talk, man. Let us talk. Let us talk. First off, it's not a Moroccan treaty. Morocco didn't exist. Hold on. Is the treaty with Morocco, bro? Is the treaty with Morocco? Yes or no?
Isn't it called the Moroccan Treaty of Peace and Friendship?
See, the problem what you have is that you didn't see the real world. No, it's called the Treaty of Barbary. It's the Barbary Treaty. It's the Barbary Treaty, brother.
What year is that?
No.
What year?
Get back to that.
What year?
Barbary.
What?
AK 1787. 1787. 1787.
All right. Well, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Morocco and the United States is in 1777. What are you talking about?
Okay. You got me about 3 years. My bad. 1777, right? Once again, what is you say it's the Treaty with Morocco? It's not the Treaty of Morocco or the Moroccan Treaty of
Morocco. What are you talking about?
Okay, I got you. So, bro, we just pulled this up and pulled it up what it was.
You guys pulled up the Treaty of Tripoli. Don't try to pull your BS with me because I'm a student. I study.
Okay. I got you.
Treaty of Tripoli.
I got you.
Don't tell me about Peace and Friendship Treaty of Tripoli and then try to make that be the Treaty of Peace and Friendship with Morocco. Good try. But I'm not one of these temple Moors that you guys are used to.
So you saying that 1777? I got him, y'all. He
Temple
Moor. Temple Moor.
No,
you are. I'm gonna let the incompetent stuff.
I'm not a temple. Go. Because I watched you guys think.
Because
you guys
go back and watch it. Damn. You got to check, sir. Every time you make a move, you got to check. I'm about to check.
Nah, you cool. Hey, you cool though. You cool though, Canaanland.
When I was watching
us all, bro. The facts are, hey, bro. Here's the fact. Here's the fact. The shit that you spit is pseudo and wrong.
For the guy who has a name of a temple, right? Grand Sheik comes from the temple, and then you're saying you're not a Moor or whatever, but you're calling yourself Grand Sheik. Let me tell you something. I was watching your thing when you talked about the treaty, and you guys were talking about the Treaty of Tripoli. You weren't talking about the Moroccan treaty between the United States and Morocco. The reason why, hold on a second, the reason why the treaty was done with Morocco is because America is part of the Moroccan dominions. Greater Morocco extended from Greater Morocco extended from Africa across the Great Atlantis onto the present North, South, Central America, which is why Jamaica is a republic, Trinidad and Tobago is a republic, and all these islands are republics because they're part of Greater Morocco. You people want to think that Morocco is limited to some country in Africa when Morocco is an empire. Everybody knows that if they study. Morocco is not limited to some North African country only. Everybody knows that. And why you people stay in denial, why you people stay in denial of this fact and try to avoid the point that just like A1 saying, he's indigenous, he's indigenous, but he knows that he's a Moor. It ain't no rocket science. The shit is freaking basic. But all you guys want to do is bring up religions and bring up Bibles and bring up things that we never even talked about. I went to court already as a Moor. I could show you transcripts where they put my L in the transcript. They didn't call me by the straw man name. They didn't call me by the name on the birth certificate when I went to court because I told them that I'm a Moor. I guarantee you that if I ask any of you people, pull out your ID in your pocket, you're going to show me some state license with a European name on it. Guaranteed.
So what's your ID? Where do you get that from?
What do you mean? I got it from the Moors because
No, continue what you was going to say. What organization did you get this ID from?
The Great Seal of National Affairs, the Moorish government.
Government. Where is the Moorish government? Where is that, sir?
What do you mean, where's the Moorish government? The Moorish government is south.
So where?
You're talking to a Moorish government right now.
No, bro, I'm trying to learn. I'm not being disrespectful. No, seriously, I'm trying to learn. I'm listening to you. I'm learning from you right now.
There's a brother.
Let me tell you right now. Canaanland more. I'm learning from you, bro. Honestly, I'm not being fly or anything. I'm learning. When I ask question, I'm genuinely trying to learn.
There's a brother from out here right now.
Yes, sir.
He was supposed to be deported because he went to jail and he did time.
Right.
In quote unquote Canada, if you do time and you're not from here,
right,
you're supposed to be deported after you do your time.
Yes, sir.
He went to the tribunal or court and he appealed his case on the grounds that he's Aboriginal and Indigenous. He's a Moor. Jamaica is part of America. The court came back to him and told him, well, when you get us the Jamaican birth certificate, then we'll deport you. Why would they leave that on him? Why wouldn't they just come and kidnap him and take him back to Jamaica? Because he stood on the fact that he's Aboriginal and Indigenous and he's a Moor, which means that when they go check all their records about the Moors here, they're going to realize that, oh, there's a treaty that has the Moors, that they're protected here. There's documented facts that the Moors can't be made these people's slaves, just like certain people's grandma was made a slave and buried in some Indian reserve cemetery or whatever. Because she's
bro. Don't do that. Don't be disrespectful.
It's not
You've been doing good, man. You've been doing good. Just teach.
I'm not the one trying to bring up my grandma and trying to prove that we're Indians or whatever. That's error on her part. Don't tell me about disrespect.
I'm speaking for myself.
Right? Don't tell me about disrespect.
No, because you sound like you're disrespecting our grandma.
I was speaking for myself.
Yeah.
You don't tell me nothing about disrespectful. Because when these people are on their platform and they're talking BS about Noble Juali and they're talking BS about Moors and they're hackling and cackling in the back, nobody's saying it's disrespectful. So don't tell me nothing about disrespect.
Well, me personally don't do that. I don't disrespect
no. I wasn't talking about you. That's not so.
I keep an open mind, bro, because I like to learn from everybody. I learn a lot from you guys too, because you guys are good on law. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the point. This is the point. A1 is an open-minded Aboriginal and Indigenous, and he accepts the fact that he's a Moor. He doesn't only study from some chiefs of some tribe. He studies from Moors too. Because
let's go back to the point that we was on just now, because we was getting somewhere. I want to be if I'm interested to be a part of what you're doing, right?
It's not being a part.
No, bro, let me finish what I'm saying, man.
No, you don't have to finish. I'm a Grand Sheik. I already know where you're going.
Hey, Cujo though, man. You owe the lady, you owe Sister Betty a apology, man. That's her ancestor, man. Regardless of whether she knew or whatever she didn't know, she was classified as an Indian, man. So you shouldn't disrespect the sister, man. That's her family though, man. Like that ain't got like you can't like whatever your understanding of what you are or what you assume we should be, you shouldn't say that to that sister and her family member, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You should definitely don't make it personal, man. Right. Because people still learning. Look, people, but listen, people still learning. Yeah, but people still learning though. People still learning. Sister Betty's an open-minded individual too.
I'm not even playing that BS because these people are playing BS right now. Don't tell me anything about respect something when these people don't respect my prophet. These people don't respect my religion. They're making videos talking about short buses and all this BS. We need to go back to Africa. And you're talking about disrespect something? What are you talking about? So these people are gonna call themselves noble.
Hey, the short bus for that, but look, hey, cool. The short bus for the Pan-Africans. What are you talking about? Short bus. Ain't nobody put no Moors on the short bus, man. What are you talking about? They ain't put the Moors on the short bus, man. What are you talking about? The short bus is reserved for Pan-Africans, man.
Don't tell me about disrespecting somebody's grandma.
Funny as hell, yo. You funny as shit.
Disrespecting somebody's grandma. If you're gonna be cackling and laughing about my birthright, because
I didn't put no damn bus on no birthright. I didn't make no bus.
You guys would never disrespect a Chinese birthright.
No, what I want to do is, bro,
You guys would never disrespect another national's birthright. As soon as Moors start talking, you guys want to talk your disrespectful stuff.
Bro,
and
you
then when we
said
slap,
you were Moorish American.
when we
What are we saying that's different than you other than we dropping the ball?
you want to cry foul. Don't take
Bro,
blows if you can't throw blows. If you can't throw
Hey, bro,
blows,
listen.
you can't
Listen,
take
bro, I
blows.
want to mute you. Listen, bro, I want to mute you up.
I'm not apologizing to you.
Cujo, bro, you over talking it, brother. You over talking everybody, bro.
Of course, I'm over talking everybody.
We can't have a civil dialogue because listen.
What do you mean?
I got you, bro. Bro, listen, bro. I'm trying to have a conversation. You gotta have some discipline, more.
Right.
What you talk? All of a sudden, we gotta have discipline now. All of a sudden.
No, but we don't want to banged up, bro.
No, you don't have to.
We don't
You mad because you getting no information from
Yeah, we just want to have a conversation, man. We don't have to grown up.
Yeah, because that's gonna turn us up, and you don't want us to turn up on you, bro. So cool out.
If you want to have a conversation, have a
Cutting
conversation.
people off.
Yeah.
Bro, you cutting people off. Okay, bro, all you got to do is instead of telling us what's in your heart, right, and what's in your belief system, what you have to do is provide the
Why you pulling?
Are you American? Hold on, no. Don't tell me, brother. Do not tell me you American. Hold on. Don't tell me you're an American.
Don't disrespect me. Apologize. Don't disrespect and call my stuff belief system because I don't believe anything. I know. So don't tell me nothing about belief system.
No, you don't know shit. No, you don't know shit.
All right, but
you know absolutely zero. That's a goddamn lie.
Apologize, because I know shit.
My brother, I just want to know where is the government so I can come and.
You don't know where you.
I want to know the government. Where can I find the Moorish government in America so I can come and join, bro?
What jurisdiction are you in? Where are you?
I'm in Arizona, bro.
Arizona.
Direct me to a government or something over here, a facility where I can come and inquire more about your stuff, bro.
You know, in a facility, just go online. Just go to RV.
Testing. Can you hear me?
No, so your nation is a website. I want to be a part of the nation.
Nobody said the nation's a website. You asked me where to go to get the information. I'm telling you.
I want to go and talk to people a part of the nation. I want to talk to somebody
right now. What are you talking about, bro? Stop trying to be a dick.
What are you saying?
Oh my God! Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother?
I mute my
mic. Can you hear me?
I mute my
mic. Hey, everybody doing, man? How everybody doing? I just turned in. Sorry, Chief. I'm late. I'm a little late, but I might have to step out. Yeah. Shout out to the brother. But I noticed you said, you know what I'm saying, you said that you didn't have a original name, so you changed your name, and so it's like you going from trying to track down your lineage to converting into something. No. But hold on, let me finish first, so you can listen. If you got to listen to what I'm saying first, and then you can actually talk. If you put a commercial in
Clay,
then it's gonna come off disrespectful, and you're not gonna be able to understand my full tone. If that's okay. Now, so basically, what I'm trying to say is because Bethany was talking about her lineage. This is a person whose contact, who has contact with her. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that is in her family. But then, you were saying something about you converted your name. You went to a court or something. These people gave you like a title or something. They gave you something.
I never said I went to a court. Stop lying.
You said you got a new name, right? You got a new name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you do that? Did you go to court for that, or did you just made it up?
No, I didn't go to court to that. I went to my Moroccan.
But his connection.
Okay. I'm sorry for the language. Excuse me for the language. You changed your name. Just put it like that. You went somewhere and you changed your name, and I would call that a conversion. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
you're in error. It's not a conversion.
Well, that's my language. That's my language. That's the way I call it. Maybe it's a lack of my understanding, but it sounds like you in business, when you change names and when you change stuff, it's called a conversion. You see what I'm saying? That's what we call it. So if you go from an LLC to an S corp,
this is not business. Stop talking business shit.
I know, but I'm saying this is the way I understand it, sir. So you have to allow me to speak so I can
I'm
let
not
you
gonna allow
speak.
you to speak because your language is wrong. So every time you say something, it's gonna be wrong.
Okay, well, you have to be able to understand different languages if you're gonna come on a panel. We all don't speak the
What do you
same
mean?
language.
We're speaking
You see
English.
what I'm saying?
One language. Everybody's talking the same language.
Yeah, but there's different dialects, and there's different dialects of
Bro,
it.
you're
You see what I'm saying? I'm speaking in the
Dialect.
common term. That's the way I understand
You're
it.
talking incompetent. That's your problem. You're talking incompetent.
Oh wow.
You're talking.
Okay. Now
That's
this is the
problem.
thing. This is the
Problem.
thing. Look,
Ask your
this what I was trying to say. If you can allow me to talk, that would be perfect. So I was asking because there's one thing when you're dealing with lineage, and then there's another thing when you're dealing with some type of conversion, perversion, name change, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's all the same bullshit. Okay, it's not the same thing. Because if your mother's an L or Bay, and then her grandmothers are L or Bay, then that will be in your lineage. But if your mother's a Peterson and your mama's a Johnson, and you turned yourself into some other shit, bro, that's not lineage, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That sound like you have an accent too,
So let me ask you this.
Yo, Canaanland more, you have an accent. You sound like you have an accent.
Right, and so what Bessie was trying to talk about, she was trying to talk about her lineage.
What do you
see
mean?
what I'm saying? So you can't have both.
There's no way that a European name is an Asiatic or an African or indigenous person's lineage.
She told you that Brown is indigenous to this land, brother.
How is Brown indigenous?
It doesn't matter what the name is. The point is that it's in her family. So the name is a distraction. So the name doesn't mean anything. It's the point that it's her bloodline. You see what I'm saying? So the name and the title means nothing.
Well, now it doesn't. Now the name doesn't mean nothing.
Right. It doesn't mean anything. That's how she identify. That's how she identify her grandparents. That's all. It's nothing more than an identifier. So she identify her grandparents. And so is your grandmother a L or Bay?
No, she's not. My grandmother.
Okay. So what about her mother, a L or Bay?
No.
That's
why I have it.
Oh, okay, but
So
you are,
but
you are a L or B, right?
I am a L.
Okay, so you went to somewhere to get your
indigenous people to do that, because as Aboriginal and Indigenous people,
but how can you say that's in your lineage if no one else in your family, only you? Is your sisters Is your sisters? What about your brothers and sisters? Are they L's or B's?
Shut the hell up so I could talk.
We the only one. Like this shit is.
The only one.
Go ahead, go. Let him go. Let him.
Competent people realize what you incompetent people fail to realize, which is the point that we're trying to tell you, is that more is a bloodline. Whether they call you indigenous, black, orange, pink, blue, Jamaican, Trinidadian, you're a Moor because you're dark skinned.
What island you from, bro?
Can you add white to that?
I get what you're saying. I understand what he's saying. But you don't convert into a bloodline, bro. You already in, bro. We don't go get IDs and shit for a bloodline, bro. You see what I'm saying? Unless it's lost. If it's lost, if it's a lost bloodline and you trying to get it back. You know what I'm saying? Then yeah, you can go down and you can say, hey, I'm a baby.
You're not listening.
I got a question for you.
No, he's teaching. Go ahead, bro. Let's teach. But you don't gotta get disrespectful. Go ahead, teach, man. Because I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know. So you started at me.
Because when I talk to Chinese, when I talk to Hindus, when I talk to anybody in the world that understands national principles, they get what I'm saying automatic off the bat.
I can get a Chinese and a Hindu on the line right now for you.
Bro, I'm talking nationality. I'm not talking religion.
Oh, a nationality.
So I'm still waiting for you to tell me where your nation is, your government.
Right.
I'm trying to find out where the location is, bro.
What location?
Your government. Where's your government?
Let me ask you this question. Where's the indigenous government that you guys claim to be? You're American. Where's the American government?
We have different nations, bro.
No.
Listen,
well, you didn't answer his question, sir. You didn't answer his question, though. You have to answer his question first.
Yeah,
because he's been escaping a lot of your questions, bro. Like you gotta start being. a little more, you know, because I know you humbled and you don't want no trouble, but this dude ain't answer your questions. And this was
people presented.
And I know you trying to learn just like me, you know what I'm saying? Because I be trying to learn.
Be honest. Have I been disrespectful to you since the whole bill, bro?
No, but he's not answering your questions, and I know you trying to learn. It's obviously you trying to learn. And me too. I know I'm a little asshole, but I be trying to learn on the low.
What I'm asking you, my brother, is just like how I could say we got the Pequot Nation. We got the Pequot Nation in the east, right? We got the Narragansett people. We got a few people. We got a few groups of people who's doing things. You know what I mean? They got the casino, they got the nation. If we want, we could go be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
We'll be a part of that. You could be part of that.
I'm asking you, my brother. I'm asking you. I'm already a part of something. I'm asking you, where can I locate your government or your nation?
Right.
Can you give me a tribe or
your ambassador, your ambassador, your president, your structure. You guys have a structure, correct?
Like I said, because of your incompetence, you're missing completely what it is being said.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Okay, because we have to be stupid and only smart people can understand.
No, make him talk. He's talking. Let me see.
Okay. Go ahead. Break it down for us. Break it down. Now you're a smart person, so you should be able to teach dumb people.
I'm not a person, so stop the BS.
Slow. Go ahead. I'm still waiting, bro.
Okay. Is anybody familiar with the word married on paper? Is anybody familiar with that? Anybody know what that means, married on paper? Anybody familiar with that term?
This is crickets. Y'all hear this? I'm asking the brother from a real genuine place. Where can I locate your organization or your tribal members or your council? Whatever.
Well, he said he said he called you stupid and said you don't understand.
Look. See? This is why. Yeah. This is why we can't get anywhere. This is why we never get anywhere.
I'm waiting.
Because you're telling me about all this other BS that has nothing to do with anything.
What are you talking about?
But he just asked you a simple question, bro. He just want to know. You know what I'm saying? Is it in Washington? Is it in Vermont, Virginia, Pepsi Cola, Texas? Like where is it?
Why don't you talk so I can talk?
Go ahead, talk.
The way that you declare your nationality is because as Aboriginal and Indigenous people, according to the UN DRIP, we have a right to identify ourselves. As Moors, because we have a prophet that brought that to us with institutions called the Moorish Science Temple of America that has nothing to do with religion, that has nothing to do with Islamic whatever and converting, that has to do with correcting your status.
That's what operation, bro. That's a corporation.
That's what you're told. I'm telling you.
Moorish Science Temple is a 501c3 corporation, bro.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
What he's talking about through the paperwork. And so I get what he's saying. I get what you're saying. And this is why I bring up the term married on paper. Is anybody familiar with that term, married on paper?
If you're talking marriage, you're talking.
I'm talking the term. It's called married on paper. It's when two people are legally married, but they don't fuck with each other. But they still got a piece of paper that said they're married. They don't live together. They don't fuck with each other. They probably hate each other, but they haven't gone through a divorce yet, or they might not even do the divorce. But I'm explaining to you, but they're married on paper. You see what I'm saying? And so there's like a paper reality and there's reality. So you have like your paper identity, then you have your reality identity.
That's about it.
So you have your Moorish American identity, and then you have your regular identity, and you ain't no different than any other nigga on the street.
Right, he's just a religious person following religion,
let's be real, bro.
Just like anybody else.
But what you got on paper, can be different. This is true. This is true. You can do that. As the stuff he's just explained to you is true. He's not lying. But it's just not. It's still you. At the end of the day, you're just another nigga.
Yo, we could get 50 people tomorrow, Ty. Me and you put 50 people together and form a 501c3 and call ourselves anything we want to call
No, he's doing something deeper than that. He's doing something a little more deeper and a little more sophisticated. So the guy here is talking sophistication, but at the end of the rainbow, you still just another nigga, bro. So it's a paper, huh?
How do you figure?
Because what's on paper always doesn't go in reality.
This is bigger than some paper. What the hell are you talking about?
That's all it is paper, bro.
If all it is that it's if all it is that it's paper, right? If that's all it is, if all it is that it's paper, then you shouldn't be getting mad with me telling Miss Betty over here about her grandma's certificate of death, which is paper.
Right.
That said she's Indian.
Right.
She's just another nigga too. If that's
right.
Right,
and she's and the reason why she did that is because she's trying to find her lineage so she can turn her paper into reality. You see what I'm saying? But you guys had 100 years to actually make that reality. So ideas go from you know some other realm or wherever they come from, then they go on paper, and then you try to make it reality.
What's your nationality?
Me, I'm American.
How are you American? That's a continent. You can't be American.
Oh, here, let me show you my ID.
Well, you Moorish American though.
Let me show you my ID real quick. So I have an ID. This is actually my old ID, and so I can show you my passport as well. My passport, I'm American. When I go to China, when I go to other states, I'm recognized as an American. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to be.
This man say he's Moorish American.
I don't have an Aboriginal ID. I don't have, you know, a made up ID. I don't have anything else on paper but what people gave me.
What kind of ID you got? What kind of ID you got?
I have a Minnesota State ID.
All right. What name is on the Minnesota State ID?
My name.
What name? What's the name?
My name's Tyron.
All right.
Tyron Vito.
All right.
I was born that. I wasn't converted. I didn't go pay no $30 or whatever to get an LLC or some shit on my name or some brand. Because you understand, you're branding yourself, bro. That's not wise to brand yourself.
As Aboriginal and Indigenous people, you have a right to self-identify. You're not self-identifying right now. You're calling yourself something that you're.
If I have a right to self-identify,
right, you're right on that, sir. And you're right on that.
You stay over there and
yes, and you are right on that. And you have a right to self-identify on paper. Right, so you can be whatever you want on paper, but in reality, no matter what I do, I'm still gonna be another nigga. Bro.
That's your
okay. Problem. If I go down there and say I am a Grand Prince of Zamunda and I get the legal paperment document for that, when I hop on the bus or when I go to the mall, I'm just going to be another nigga than everybody else.
Grand Prince of Zamunda is a fiction. That's not real. Of course they're gonna call you a nigger because you're faking.
Well, even if I say I'm a Moor, I'm still when I get on the bus or some shit, I'm gonna be another nigga, bro.
You're lying because I just told you about the brother who's supposed to be deported, and he said that he's a Moor, and they let him stay in the country.
Bro, enough for us to get locked up and go to prison.
Okay, so you saying there's one person out of millions of people that
one that I know. I don't know about anybody else. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about the people who I know.
Right.
I'm talking about the
okay. So when you say you are a nation, you don't mean you're a nation. You mean you have a nationality, like means or you have a paper lineage that you belong to.
The nationality, that means you're part of a nation. They just look
right. But see, if you're part of a nation, then that means you should have a GDP. What's your nation's GDP, bro? What's the Moorish GDP? What's your guys' structure? Where's you guys building? Like come on, bro. Let's not get weird, bro. You guys, it's not a reality.
No, don't go there because I can ask the same thing about the indigenous people.
I would tell you.
Where's your GDP? What's your GDP?
But hold on, answer mine first. How you gonna switch that, bro? Come on, man. You're not dealing with a weirdo. Listen, answer mine, and then I answer yours. So answer the questions. So then,
dumbass.
If
you're talking gross domestic product,
yes.
You're not talking about nationality. You're talking about corporations. Dumbass.
Okay, well, what's the Morrises then? What's the Morrises?
The Moorish nation's not a corporation.
What is it?
Then what is it then? What is it?
What is it then?
A nation. What do you mean?
It is a nation? Okay, so your nation does not have
government approval to create a nation.
So your nation does not do commerce with any other nation.
There are corporate nations and there are de jure nations.
But do your nation do us commerce? Do you guys buy plants, seeds, beads, birds? Do you guys buy anything? Do you guys do any business?
Man, they don't even make me happy. Bro, they don't. Come on. Listen, yo, bro, Cujo, bro.
Because if you're a nation,
hey, hold on, Ty. Hold on, Ty. I just want to put this on the record. And I'm gonna mute my mic.
No, don't say that, Chief. Don't say that, because some of them do. Some of them do. But the brother is speaking. The brother is speaking right. But the only thing I'm trying to say is that, you know, at the end of the day, you still another nigga, bro. So it don't matter what you got to do.
No. Forget all that. Don't do that part right there, Ty. Listen, here's the thing, right? No. He asked you, Ty Data. He asked you what was your nationality. You said American. He said that you can't be American. That's not a place. That's dumb. We're standing in America right now, right? When we asked him what is his nationality, he said Moorish American. Ask him where is this at? Where is Moorish America at, bro? Come on, fam.
So he's an American too, and he don't want me to be one.
You're right. That's weird.
Point,
I don't get it.
So do you guys got your own passport?
Let's all of us be quiet and let him answer this question. I'll mute my mic.
He's not going to answer. He's finna cuss me out. He's finna cuss somebody out.
Well, he's showing his lack of discipline. Like, we beating you. Like, bro, we having fun because you haven't proven anything.
There's
and I'll pull it up.
I already told you.
I'm gonna pull up the 1777 Peace and Friendship Treaty, right? And I can guarantee you the original one has no more in it, no Moroccan on it, because it wasn't even created then, bro.
I already told you that if you go look up the Moroccan treaty between the United States and Morocco, you would see in section 21 that it says more there. Why would it say more there if there's no such people called Moors over here?
No, we didn't say. Well, hold on. We're not saying there's no such thing. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is because I understand what you're saying. You're saying you can go down there and you can self-identify, and you can go down there and say whatever you want to do, and you can have a piece of paper that says that. Now that's what you're saying. And so that's cool. But when I get my piece of paper and I drive home or I catch the bus, I'm still another nigga, bro. It's not gonna be different. For example, if you ever heard of Julia Elliott, she the one who did the green eye blue, the brown eye blue eye experiment. You know what I'm saying? There's also a experiment where the North Africans, like the Ethiopians, was labeled as white. And they was living down there in South America, and they would walk around all boozy and shit because they was white on a piece of paper, you know, the Ethiopians and shit like that. So hold on, let me finish. So there's different experiments
They weren't walking around bougie. They weren't walking around bougie.
And so when you change people's statuses and when you
walking around bougie,
it might change their identity, it might change the way they feel about themselves, but they still another nigga, bro. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Make him respond.
How is it that you're telling me, right? You're telling me Mustafa Hefni, the Ethiopian, the Egyptian, Mustafa Hefni, came to America and he was classified as white. Hold on a second. Don't tell me no, because I know what the hell I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mustafa Hefni, go look him up. Mustafa Hefni, Egyptian, dark-skinned brother, came over here. He was classified as white. He wanted to be black. They threw the book at him because he wanted to be black and he didn't accept the fact that he was white. White being a status in law, that if you're classified as white, that means you're a sovereign. If you're classified as black, that means you're a nigger. And he was giving up his sovereignty as an Egyptian. He was giving up his sovereignty as an Egyptian to be black, and they threw the book at him. Doesn't that tell you that?
Yeah, I appreciate you for clearing that up for me. Now I understand. Now I understand a little better. What I was saying is, there was like this little experiment in South Africa. It was in South Africa. They had some Ethiopians there, and they was all Africans. Okay, and so what they did is they changed the Ethiopian statuses to white. So once they did that, the Ethiopians started feeling different. Okay, so they was living all amongst each other. They was all raped. So then what they did, they decided, okay, the North Africans, we're going to change their status to white. Then all of a sudden, the Ethiopians start feeling different. So they actually started believing that shit. You see what I'm saying? They actually start feeling like, oh, we're better than the people that's black. You see what I'm saying? And then, but hold on, but then to everybody else on the planet that's, you know, they're just regular Negroes or whatever to everybody else. So whatever piece of paper they have in law, okay, it does not change the way the world actually thinks about it.
That's a lie. Because I've been
hold on, let me finish. Now maybe
black on paper.
Let me finish. Now maybe
black on paper, and I've been more on paper.
But hold on, but let me finish. So what you're trying to say is that because they're white, they get to move different. That's what I think what you're trying to say. That Moors get to move different because their status and because their nation. That's what you're trying to say, correct?
Listen, when you're talking about move different, it has nothing to do with how people perceive you. It's about you. If you think that you're God and you walk like God and you act like God, people would deal with you like God. If you act like a nigger, people deal with you like a nigger. It's real simple.
That's not true.
I think what Ty is saying, bro.
Yeah, that's not true, bro. That's not true.
Hey, let me chime in for a minute. Let me
Nobody believe that shit. I don't care how much schooling you got, how much schooling you got, whether you Bill Cosby, whether you Oprah Winfrey, it don't matter, or whether you Neil deGrasse Tyson, it don't matter. You're addicted.
Listen,
no.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Listen. Stop a second. I'm speaking from my personal experience.
Okay,
I'm not talking from some I read something in some book. I'm talking from me being black guy years ago and getting my ass beat by police. Me being black guy years ago, getting pulled over, pulled out the car, searched my car, and all the BS that comes with being black, which is a dead status. Now that I have a nationality, and I could stand on the fact that I have a nationality and I have natural rights that every indigenous individual has in this land called America. Once you exercise those rights, these colonists do not have jurisdiction to do the nigger shit to you.
It depends on what police you buck up on, bro. So
basically, what you're saying is that once you change your status, you get to move different, right? You get treated different. That's what you're saying, right? You get to move different.
But that's not
feel different, right? Let me know if I say something off the wall. Just interrupt anytime. You feel different, you get to move different, and the world sees you different.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Okay. Now this is the problem that we're having. The problem that we're having with all this more stuff and all this moving different, you know, for some reason, you guys are not thriving.
No, but let me tell you.
But hold on, let me finish. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. You guys are not thriving.
Because I have to address that.
Okay, but can you address it after I finish?
No, because then you're gonna go too far, and then you're not gonna get the point.
No, I only got a couple more
seconds. Hold on a second.
Okay.
The reason why it doesn't get too far and we don't have anything is because people like yourself and others who don't gravitate to that.
And that's my problem, bro. That makes y'all weak, bro. Like that doesn't mean you strong. Now can I finish? Because it's gonna get worse.
You're wrong.
This is what I'm trying to say. First off, everybody needs to commend the Moors because the Moors lasted. There was a lot of different movements and a lot of different stuff coming through, and the Moors been around. So that's a good thing. You see what I'm saying? That's a good thing. I'm not joking. I'm not giggling. I'm serious. You guys lasted. A lot of other movements and a lot of other little stuff came and go. We never even heard of them because they didn't last. The Moors lasted. So we have to give them that. We have to give them that.
Why did the Moors last?
But that's let me finish. But we have to give you that. You see what I'm saying? And so I know if you are Moor, you should be proud of that, because with all the bullshit, all the stuff went on, the Morse culture and the Morse community lasted through that. But the problem is, because there's a negative, is because you guys are not thriving though. You guys surviving more. There's a difference between surviving and thriving. And so when you look at all the other nations, Muslims got superpowers in countries. Christians got superpowers in countries. Even Buddhists have superpowers in. I don't know about superpowers, but even Buddhism, they have countries. But when it comes to the Moor, you guys just survive through the cracks, bro.
Thriving.
You know what I'm saying? So that tells me. Now the reason why I have a problem with it, because that tells me I am a futuristic person.
You're wrong.
And so if you can't thrive in the past, and you can't thrive now, you guys are not futuristic, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, y'all might be able to go into the future with Greeks and Kravis, but y'all can't take us to the future, bro. You see what I'm saying?
The reason why we can't take it to the future. Listen, the reason why we can't take it. Listen,
no disrespect, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying clearly.
Because I fuck with Moors. I want to sign a contract with the Moors. I want to make those little hats. I'm gonna put roof in the motherfuckers. I want that shit up.
Listen to what I'm saying. The reason why we can't take you into the future is because you don't want to go. You want to stay here doing nigger shit. That's why.
Okay, well, can you take you into the future? That's the
We're
thing.
already in the future.
You can't even take there. Well, why come every time we listen to Moors, you got 1,000 videos? You always talking about the past, bro. You ain't got one futuristic video on your thing, bro. And I didn't even look at it. I'm just talking shit. I want to kill you right now off that. But I'm just talking shit.
I want to say something to the brother, man. Canaanland more.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right? You understand my concerns. No disrespect. Get out of here, bro.
How you doing? Hey.
Listen,
my concern, though, right, sir?
Your concern is warranted, but the problem with your concern, the issue with your concern, it's no different than, let's look at it like this, right? Think about this with me. Think about this with me, right? You have a nation of people called Chinese people, right? And then they got subjugated by somebody else, and now they're called yellow people, right?
No, they're not.
Hold on a second. I'm not saying that's how it goes. I'm saying hypothetically, there's some Chinese people that have a nation. They're called Chinese, right?
Right.
They went under colonization by somebody else, and then they got classified as yellow people. And then the people who are still Chinese are trying to tell the yellow people, hey, you're not yellow, you're actually Chinese. And the yellow people are saying, well, the Chinese don't have anything. The Chinese don't have a culture. The Chinese haven't built anything. Where's the Chinese GDP? We're not going to be Chinese because we're going to wait until the Chinese have something, and then we're going to be Chinese. When these dumbasses who call themselves Chinese, who call themselves yellow, should be calling themselves Chinese. And that's how the Chinese stuff is gonna get where it's supposed to go.
Right. I get what you're saying. So basically, with your logic, you're saying if everybody just be a Moor, then the Moors can take us to the future.
We're not saying don't be what you are already. We're saying just add more to it.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Now. So can a Hebrew be a Moor?
Of course, a Hebrew is a Moor.
Can a Muslim be a Moor?
A Muslim is a Moor.
Can a white person be a Moor?
A white person cannot be a full-blooded Moor, but they can be an amalgamated Moor, but they're not a birthright Moor. They're not a Moor that has.
So they will be So they can be a Moor.
What if the mother of the white person is a Moor?
They can be a clipped Moor. They can be a half a Moor. They can be a quarter Moor, but they can't be a full Moor.
So what's the difference between a Moor and a Moorish?
So they could be a half a Moor, bro. So I could be.
If you look up Moorish, it means pertaining to the Moor. Moorish doesn't mean half of a Moor.
Now this is the thing, and this is the problem that a lot of people. Now I don't speak for me. I speak to what I hear. I'm speaking to the community because I done had arguments defending the Moors with some of my people. You see what I'm saying? So this is one of the concerns. One of the concerns is that the Moors they called them traitors. And so what you're doing is like you're trying to convert us. And the reason why that's bad for us, because when the so-called colonizers or whatever you want to call them, when they came here, they tried to do the same thing you're doing right now. They literally tried to convert us into Christianity.
We're not doing conversion.
But that's what they did, and so that's real bad when you're dealing with indigenous people and you're telling them, well, y'all need to, man, we can't thrive until y'all. That's the same thing that the so-called white man or whatever. That's the same thing that they did, bro.
Because we're not telling you give up your Aboriginal and indigenous religion. They didn't. What do you mean?
Okay. This is what. Now what they did, they said convert. They told us to convert to Christianity. Right now, this is through the stories. I don't know this, so please don't ask me for no sources. This is all internet shit I've been hearing, you guys. So
Moors are not telling people to convert. We're just telling you proclaim your nationality. We're not telling
to the Moors. That's the conversion, bro. That's called a conversion, bro. Okay. Now check this out. When my name on my ID is all caps. Now I'm finna go in because I've been listening to some of the people. So shout out to some of the people that be talking that law shit, because some of that shit rubbed off on me, and I'm finna go in on some shit I don't know about, but I'm gonna sound smart. So my name is all caps. My name is all caps on my ID, right?
That's not your name. You just made up. You just put yourself in the jurisdiction by saying that's
okay. Well, that's me. Okay. Now, I was told that this was considered a corporation. Correct?
Yeah,
is that correct? Now, in order to be a Moor, I have to convert my corporation to a Moorish one.
That's not your corporation.
Okay. Well, this name, whatever this is, whatever this is, I was told by the conscious community that because it's in all caps, that means it's a corporation. So if I'm going to change my name, right, then that will be a conversion, correct? Am I wrong or right?
You're wrong.
So then what is it then? If I change a corporation from its normal status to another status.
You're not changing the corporation. You're proclaiming and declaring your nationality. Has nothing to do with that name on that driver.
But I'm changing my status, correct?
You're changing your status, which is not a conversion.
Right. And so
it's a conversion. It's not a conversion. If you go from it's no different than Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. We all agree that, right?
I don't know. I guess sure. Yeah, sure.
Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. How did she free the slave? By telling the slave to change their status. When we get off the plantation, you're going to get out of those torn pants and you're going to get out of those torn clothes and you're going to put on something a little more respectable. So when these people see you, they wouldn't think that you're a nigger.
Right.
Then they leave your ass alone.
Well, I'm just speaking in the terms that I know, because I don't know all the biblical terms. I don't know all the legal terms. I understand the business terms. And so maybe the word conversion is not, maybe it comes from something where whatever etymology or whatever. But from my understanding, in business, if you go from one status to another status, it's called conversion. I'm in the middle of a conversion right now. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a little familiar with it. And I've been,
Bro, stop.
So if you're not converting and you're proclaiming or you're changing your identity.
You're correcting. You're not changing.
Okay, I'm correcting my status.
Break it down to us. How do you correct your status?
I'm changing my identity. So what I am doing, to me, that makes it feels like I am converting to something that was presented to me from a pamphlet or a book or some shit that was made up. You see what I'm saying? Some unknown thing. I got a cousin. He's a Moor, dude, and he got a Moor. His name's Sobrano. You know what I'm saying? He's some El Bay or some shit now, dude, in prison for like a triple murder or some shit. So it's my cousin, bro. You see what I'm saying? So it's changing his name and shit, helping him out. You see what I'm saying? Him being the Moor is helping him out.
Hold on.
Like he's crazy as fuck, though.
Hold on. Okay, so if your cousin, let's use your cousin for example, right? Okay. Right. So let's just say, for argument's sake, right? Let's just say your cousin is the axe murderer, right? And he said, I'm a Moor. Right? He has El Bay or whatever, and then he went and he put the hatchet to 50 people, and now he's doing 500 years under the prison.
No, he wasn't the Moor first, though. I know. I don't know if you're speaking hypothetically, but he wasn't the Moor. He was a Moor after he went bad.
Okay, so he went and did nigger stuff, and
Right.
then when he got caught, he said, "I'm a Moor. You can't do this to me."
Right. And this is the thing in our culture down here in America. We you know what I'm saying, we don't know the difference between the prison Moor and a temple Moor and whatever Moor you are, because you're all look alike.
I'm
bro.
glad you brought that up.
So we can't tell, man. So we just say the hell with all that shit because we don't know.
I'm glad.
You
Hey,
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
glad you brought
We
that
don't-
up. Hey, can I say?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Right.
Okay, Canaanland Moore, big up, man. Listen, I'm glad you brought that up. There's a case in Oklahoma with a brother that killed another brother over a girl. He stabbed him like 50 times, bro. Now he got life. He got a death sentence, but he did it on Indian territory. He did it on Indian land, and he was an American Indian. You know what he did? He appealed jurisdiction on Indian land. You say Indian is fake? He appealed jurisdiction on Indian land, and he's free today because of that. He beat them, and guess what? Guess what? The whole case now turning into something else because Oklahoma. Now we're finding out that almost all of Oklahoma State belongs to us. Basically, the whole state's supposed to be turned over back to our people, but a lot of our people not waking up.
Let me ask you this question. So you're telling me that that's right what he did? I'm
not saying it's right. I'm showing you the power of the Indian status in America, political status Indian.
Let me correct something because I don't want to
politically.
I don't want to.
Can I answer you? Can I answer you, bro? You use the Indian status politically. I'm not saying you have to walk around calling yourself Indian when you're in these courts.
That's what he did. So if he's calling himself Indian,
what I'm saying is politically. When you're going to these people, can you be quiet a minute, bro? When you're dealing with law, when you're going in a court and you're dealing with law, okay, the term Indian is used to represent the land sometimes because that some of the treaties are done under Indian. Okay, so that's why this man could have went in the Supreme Court of America and get off because they never had no jurisdiction to mess with him on his land.
Yes, they had jurisdiction.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just showing you the power. Show me that power in America for the Moors. I've seen all these Moors claiming more and getting locked up. I watch videos.
Well, hold on. That's just one. That's just one. That ain't no nation. See, when he
I've seen a lot of Moors. Listen, I've seen a lot of Moors. Why is it nigger? You know why?
You got to understand. When he talking Moor, he talking nation. You're talking one person. So that's a whole different level.
No, but I said Indian.
But one thing I do want to say is because let me clean because I'm not trying to take the Moor image. The reason why the Moor is able to survive is because they surrounded by good people. You know what I'm saying? And but the good people is surrounded by a bunch of sharks. And so we just don't know who's who. So we know y'all was able to survive, and we know how y'all was able to survive. Y'all was able to survive because the majority of you is hardworking people. We know that. But that's a Shark Tank. That's food for dudes getting out of prison. That's food for lowlifes. That's food for people that don't have the right intentions. And so it's hard to determine who's the prison Moor, who's a temple Moor, and you know what I'm saying? Unless you guys have some type of code where we can be like, okay, we can ask them a question and we can be like, okay, this is some prison they don't believe.
And that's why when individuals come into this information, they're not supposed to be chasing after people because they have a card or they have a paper or they said they did this or they said they did that. They're supposed to take that information, go study, go fact check in order to see if it's legit. You think when I came into this, there wasn't dirty Moors trying to sell me packages or whatever?
How did you
know the difference? Like so you got to become a Moor to understand the difference.
By studying from the right people. Of course, it's no different than anything else.
Did you have to file paperwork?
We have to study the Moors to understand.
Say that again one at a time.
You had to file paperwork with the American government.
Well, no, because they're not a government. They're a corporation. They're not to file with them. What you file with them?
Now I'm saying, how did you change your status and put the L on there?
One of the Moors that I kick it with, I ain't gonna say kick it, but one of the Moors that I know, his name is Sure Duke Tears. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy. Now, I asked him.
So if you know here, you know he's a Moor. You know,
right, I know he's a Moor. Right now, I asked him how do you determine? Because I know he the first one who turned me the word dirty more. I never heard that before. So every time I hear that word, I hear him saying it. So I never heard that before he said it. So so I asked him, how do we verify? He said check the ID. So when the more come up to you and they talking this more shit, he told me to check their ID. He said if they don't have their shit on their name, he said check and see if they're single. Because he said check and see if they're single by themselves and check their ID. So that's what he told me. So I want to ask you, can we see your ID? And are you alone?
No, I'm the Grand Sheik of a temple.
Are you alone? Do you have a family? Or you just one single person?
What do you mean? Like if I have a wife and if I have children or whatever?
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't have no wife and I don't have no children.
Are you an islander?
Okay, well that's strike one right there. Thank you, Duke. Now can we see your ID, bro? Can we see your ID?
Not necessarily, because if you go call us here right now and ask him about Cujo and see what he says.
Are you
joking, bro? I'm joking.
Are you from the islands, my brother?
I'm being an asshole. But can we see your ID? Because that's what he asked me. And so
you got an accent, yo. You got a strong accent. You sound Arawak to me.
This is what I'm saying. As far as Asir the Duke of Tears, Asir the Duke of Tears. He's not gonna lie to you. So call Asir the Duke of Tears since you know him and ask him about Grand Sheik Cujo in Canaanland and let him tell you if I'm a dirty Moor or if I'm a legit Moor to listen to.
Well, I don't know. That'll be a little feminine to me, calling up another man, asking about another man. It sounds a little weirdo to me. But it's okay. It's okay. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, can we see your ID? Is it possible? Okay. That's all. It's okay.
What do you mean? For what? Like, what do you need to see my ID?
Well, because that was one of his things that he told me. He told me check their ID. He said a dirty Moor would never let you see their ID. He said they will always talk this Moor shit, and they were always some single ass dude in the basement or some shit, and then they never show their ID because they're
okay. That's like me saying, put your camera on. Let me see you right now.
I can do that. That's no problem. But that's what he told me.
I'm saying like, because I ain't see nobody's face on this platform. I don't know who's on this.
Okay, here I can show you this. That's no problem.
Show me.
You know what I'm saying? If you can see me, you know what I'm saying. And I could show you. I can show you my ID as well.
All right, I'll go get my ID. I'll show you my ID.
That's my ID. And so that's what he told me. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about everybody else. Everybody else is into this stuff and they know the history, the entomology. And all. I don't know none of that shit. All I know is Duke of Tears told me. There's
my right to travel ID.
Huh?
There's my right to travel ID.
Okay, so is that Canadian?
No, we're in America. Canada is a corporation.
I know, so is America.
No, America's a continent.
It's also a corporation as well.
America's not a corporation.
United States of America is a corporation.
United States of America and the Americas are two different things.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Maybe I phrased it wrong, but I thought we was on the same. So what the hell was that, bro? Like
that was our body of Moors have our own ID. For example,
let me show you. Oh, here we go. Here go the 5,000 Lee ID. It's actually a real piece of plastic, you guys. That look like a piece of paper. Like, I'm not sure. They go to 5,000 Lee ID. Here we go right there. But I don't want to make fun of your stuff, bro, because I know you're a serious dude, and I know I fuck with the Moors. I'm gonna be the first one that make them hats dope.
Our body, like we have our right, like we have plates.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, y'all. That's dope. Ain't nobody fucking with the Moors. That's dope, bro.
Because we're a nation.
You put that on your car? Hold up. You put that on your car?
Because we're a nation.
That's dope, bro. Fuck the bullshit. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. But it looks pretty weird though, because it got like a bunch of religious symbols on it.
That's what you think it is. You think it's religious because you don't have the knowledge.
Right. That's true. That is true. Because I'm fucked up in the brain. I don't have your knowledge. You're right. You know what I'm saying? And so to me,
Asir knowledge, because if I show Asir all these symbols, he's never gonna relate them to religion.
Right. But that's because I'm still under the chip. I'm still programmed. So to me, that would be religious symbols. And so and so those license plates, those is dope. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should let me design them though. Y'all should let me design some of that shit. I can give you a dope ass ID, bro. That ID ugly as hell. It looked like you made that shit at Kinko though. But at least you showed it. We couldn't see the name on it though. But at least you showed it, and it looked like you was wearing a hat, bro. Like how does that work? You
This is our national ID.
I know. I'm saying you was wearing a hat on it.
What do you mean? That's my fez. What do you mean? Moors wear fezzes, don't they?
Yeah, but I know you can do that on the ID, like because when you get like a passport,
you better do that on the ID. Why wouldn't you?
Can you travel? Can you like go to China with that?
I've never.
Can you get on the airplane with that?
I've never tried.
Ooh,
to be honest,
shit. No, y'all better leave that. I'm at your own risk. At your own risk, bro. You know what I'm saying? But do you tell your people that when you do your followers? Do you tell them? Bro,
I got 2,000 videos on my page talking about this. I'm not new to this. That's why I said go talk to Asir, the Duke of Tears, so he could vouch for who I am.
Like, that's not important to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not like important what I'm gonna call him. I think that's a little different, bro.
Because he's one of my master teachers. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
He's one of my big brothers.
Lotus, can you put that link up that I put in private chat?
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Now, that's pretty dope. Now, how do we do business with the Moors? The reason why we want to know about the Moors and about the structure of the Moors and where the council is at, and things like that, because we eventually want to do business with the Moor when we go through our process and we get our status and all that legal shit that them guys working on. Don't ask me about none of that shit.
You answer that question.
So how do we do business with you guys? How do we clean up Chicago? How do we say, okay, Moors, we got a lot of shit going on in Chicago. How do we get them drugs out? How do we get the killings down? How do we get you guys on patrolling our streets? Giving us helicopters, flying them to your hospitals. Like, how do we do business with the Moors?
By the people who are not claiming to be Moors, because you never see anybody that comes to this country, right? Anybody that comes here from somewhere else, they never ever deal with the niggers. All they do is put stores in their community and rape them, because that's what they are. Collateral damage. They don't do that to other people. They only do that to the Negroes in America, because the Negroes in America, they don't know themselves. So once the Negroes in America don't know themselves, when they're supposed to be exercising as Moors, then they're gonna have issues, because they're the founders of civilization. Why are they acting like niggers? We know why, because they've been colonized, they've been disenfranchised, they've been everything under the sun by the colonists. We know this. But if the people themselves don't want to recognize who they are, then why would anybody else recognize them? They know
so basically, let me get this straight. Because I understand what you said. I'm a very good listener. That's one of my things. Are you saying if a person not a Moor, then fuck them? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying fuck them. They're saying fuck themselves. That have nothing to do with me. They're saying fuck themselves.
That's what it sounds like you saying to me, because when I come to this community, I didn't come to this community to judge. If I want to judge, I will start with myself. I know some of the brothers, Chief Holiday, and I know some of the brothers is rough around the edges, but I didn't come here to judge them. I came here to network with them and help them, help me, whatever the hell it got to do. So I come to community to network. I didn't come here to judge. And a lot of people tell me, and a lot of my elders tell me, man, leave them weird ass niggas alone and all this other shit. But I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't come here to judge the people. And it seems like you're judging our people, and you're just saying fuck them, let them die. Now I understand you do have to do that when you're a nation, because that could make you vulnerable. So I get that. I'm not a nation, so I can be a little more lenient. I'm just one man. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know how other people would take that. You know what I'm saying? If you saying, well, shit, if you're not a Moor, then
they're gonna take it how they take it.
But in all reality, if you are a nation, you have to do that at some point.
You don't see anybody else who's claiming to be a nation. You don't hear them or see them condoning BS. Never.
Who don't?
Whoever. You name them. Name a nation.
Name a nation of what?
No, a nation of people. Just name me a nation.
America.
America's not a nation. That's a continent. Try again.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. Okay. I'm being very serious.
So Americans is not a nationality? Like, I'm not American? Like I'm not American person. Like, when I go to China, when I go to, Beijing or some shit, people don't say, hey, that's American right there. That's a... no. We're not Black Americans or whatever. We're not Americans
because they would also say that about Europeans.
So what are you then? If I'm not an American, what are you?
Like I said, I'm a Moor.
What's your nationality?
Moorish American though.
So how you get to be American and I don't? Yeah. But I got the paperwork too.
No, because I'm not saying I'm American. I'm saying I'm Moorish American.
Just say more. Why don't you say more? Isn't that your nation?
I am saying more, but you guys not accepting that.
What's the nationality on your card? What does it say?
More American.
Yeah, so you're saying the same thing we're saying, man.
Right, and right. So we can, so I can just make one of those. Can I make one of those and be a Moor?
Hold on. What paperwork do you have more American on, sir?
The fact that
you just showed.
Well, he get the self-identify. He got an ID, bro. He got a more American ID.
No goddamn ID that's issued from the state of Canada.
I know. Don't worry about it. It's cool because he get the self-identify. He got the right to self-identify. He got the right to make his own ID.
No, he don't.
He do. He can do it. I mean, I used to make him in school.
Bro, Kai Data, you just told him that on your passport it has American. He don't have more American. He don't have more. He don't have more. He don't have American on his passport. Period.
That's not my passport. Why would it have more on it?
But right now, you're lying though.
That's not my passport. Why would it have
Do you have a passport? Do you have a passport, my brother?
Yeah, I have a passport. That's not mine though.
What does it say on it?
No, what you mean it's not yours?
What you mean it's not yours? Now, hold up, bro. You can't. Right, you can't be pushing more and then say, well, shit, on the low, I'm a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? On the low, I'm a Jamaican nigga. Like, how that work?
No. Seriousness of this, all right?
Like, cause I'm rocking with you, bro. But I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to keep it honest and be fair. Everybody know I'm a goofball, but I try to keep it fair.
You gonna listen?
The problem with what we're saying is, like, he's telling us we're not American, but he's saying he's more American.
Contract.
Bro, I just need to know where's his place at? Where's Morris America at, brother?
And like I'm saying,
he ain't don't tell us, bro. They don't have one. They don't place without the lane. So you can be that. You can be that.
Let me ask you this question, right? Let me ask you this question, because you were just on.
No, you asking a question with a question though. I want this on the record. I want on the record. You're saying that we're not Americans, right? Because it's not a place. We're standing in the place that we're from. You said you're more American. Brother. All I'm asking you to do is prove that you're more American.
Conversation was going fine until you jumped back in here with your bullshit.
He don't like
you. You the dummy. Because you believe that you're American, but you can't prove that you're American.
Now, as soon as you come on here, everybody's cackling and laughing and shit. What the hell are you talking about?
No, because the reason why I sound weird is because you told me I'm not American, but you are American. And my ID is given by the American government, and yours is given by
American. Asir says he's Moorish American. How come you don't talk to him about?
No, I'm not. I asked you. No, you told me I wasn't American.
Why aren't you? Yeah, and Asir gonna tell you the same thing. You're not American.
But you American though? How?
And you is. That's what we're trying to figure out, bro. You got to understand, if we sleep people and we dumb people, you gotta teach us, bro. Because I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, you're American. Go ahead.
I didn't say I'm American. I didn't say I'm American.
What did you say?
I said I'm Moorish American.
Okay, what does the more
What's the
do to the
difference,
word
bro?
American? What does the
Big
more do
difference.
to the
Have
word
you ever
American?
looked up American?
Huh?
So you're a Moorish continent. You're a
Right,
Moorish
right.
continent.
Well, what does the word more do to the
I
American?
don't get
The
you.
word American. What does it do? Does it help it? Does it make it stronger? What does it do
Did you
to
ask
the word American?
Did you ask Chinese in America that? What does
Oh.
Chinese do to American?
What you mean? They don't have any paperwork that says that they're
Hold on a
Chinese.
second.
I'm married to an Asian, bro. She ain't
Hold on.
got one. She ain't got one piece of paper that
If
says
you-
she's Asian, bro.
If
You see what I'm saying?
you're-
She's American, man.
Yeah, she's
she was
American.
born here in America.
I'm gonna say Chinese American. No.
If
not
if you're married, right, to an Asian that lives in America, right?
Right.
And the place that you live in is called the United States, not America. It's called the United States.
Oh, okay, I get it because we're using it wrong.
If it's
Because
called,
America, you're thinking the whole continent.
if the
Oh,
place,
yep.
if the place that you live in, which is state of Arizona,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
The state of Arizona is in the United States, right?
Right. Right, sir.
If the place called United States is where you live, then shouldn't you be called a United Statesian?
No, because the United
Because
States.
the United States. There you go with that bullshit.
There's a
Because
feedback.
the United States what?
There's a feedback.
Right. The reason why we are American. Oh, somebody.
That's all nationality.
And I hate my voice. I hate my voice. I should see how y'all can listen to me that long. Hey,
Bro,
could somebody please
okay,
mute?
so listen, brother. We literally just read the definition of nationality. It means natural, right? Okay, so we're getting back to being.
That's
No. I'm gonna tell you how we're Americans. We were born in America. Our lineage comes from America, which is called
Right, but Chief, what he's doing is he's using direct term. So he's splitting America up and United States of America. So when you say America to him, because remember he's not from here, born here with us. So he don't understand our lingo. So when we say American, to us, we thinking our ground, but to him, he's thinking the whole America. So
listen, I hear all the talk though, but at the end of the day, he's telling you you're not American, and he's a Moorish American, right? So he adds another word to American, right? But the problem is he will never
Lotus,
be able to prove
Lotus, can you mute, bro? Can you mute, bro?
Who?
Can somebody mute, please? Somebody mute, because I hear myself. I do not like
bad feedback. Hold on,
Test it. Oh, that's you? Yeah. So basically, you saying so the reason why we call
Hey, everybody mute their mic and let one person talk at a time.
Test. Okay, there we go. Well, the reason why we call ourselves Americans because it's a part of our culture. It's a culture thing. That's how we identify with each other. Sometimes we say, "What up, bro?" You know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily literally mean that you're my brother, like you came from the same mother. It's just how we speak. So when we say American, we saying that's our nationality. Now, if you want to get technical, you know, the word United States of America, it has the word America in it. And so we take out the of and all that other little silly shit, you know what I'm saying? And we just say American. That's how we talk to each other. And I understand as somebody from, you know, a different country in Americas, you know what I'm saying? You might not know that. You see what I'm saying? So
I don't know that.
Huh? Because you just explained that when I just asked you my nationality and you said shouldn't your nationality be United States of America?
What's American mean?
Huh?
What's American mean?
I just told you that's the way we talk in our culture. So in the culture we talking of America, a lot of the times we talk in America, we just talking about
that's the same thing people
United
say.
States.
That's America.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the way we use it, we use it as the whole Americas, and sometimes we use it with just United States. So you have to be able to understand the culture to understand which one we mean. Because you're right. Now I'm not saying you're wrong, bro. You're right. You see what I'm saying? But it's because you're not a part of the culture. You're not understanding our lingo and the way we talk down here.
What do you mean?
And the way we, huh?
You know what does culture mean?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you because you just used the term culture. What does culture mean?
Well, I know a culture. I don't know the legal definition of it, but I do understand. My understanding, culture is the conversion of different language, arts, food. It can be art. Dancing is art. I'll just put those three and different ways to express yourself, identify yourself, and also to communicate.
Right, and this is what the problem is. You can't make up shit on the fly and think that that's gonna work in the real world. It's not gonna work in the real world.
That's what we're accusing you of doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying you're doing.
I'm the one with the transcripts that say that my free national name of Moore on it.
Right, but this is the thing with your ID. With your ID, you got on the bus together. You got on the bus together, and it was a white boy. It was a white boy driving, right? Let's just say it was a white boy driving. You gonna be a nigga just like I'm gonna be a nigga. If you go back for the job, if you go to the library, you just gonna be another nigga, bro. That ID ain't gonna get you in those extra doors, bro. That's what we trying to say.
You're wrong.
You're married on paper, bro. It's called married on paper.
Because you don't talk that shit to us here, the Duke of Tears. So F you. You don't talk the shit you're talking about.
Wait, he don't tell me what I am, though. He don't tell me what I am. He don't tell me you're not American. You're not. He don't do that. He will be like you.
Actually, so check it out, right? No. Hey, Cujo.
You don't talk crazy.
You just said something you just said something that you have more on your transcript. Can you please show us, or where can we find these said transcript? What are they called, sir?
Can I show you up?
Where are your transcripts that say you're more?
He just showed us an ID, bro. He's a Moor. Don't call him. He's a Moor, bro. Like, let's keep it real. The brother got an ID, a license. He's a stone cold Moor.
No. Who issued that? License?
But he's still there by himself and shit, though. So that's
Who am I supposed to do? He's saying that we're not Americans. He said we're not Americans. I can go look up the definition of American and find myself. The Aboriginals, the copper color races, the people that they found when they came here. When we look up, no, I'm not.
What do we find?
Show me what I can find more in Africa, please.
Africa.
No, we're not going no motherfucking further until somebody pull up a Moorish American definition. That's what I need you to do.
I'm a mute. It's gonna get bad. I'm a mute.
Yeah.
Y'all. It's gonna get bad. But please. Let me go ahead and stay out of here because she's gonna take over. Please, brother, I appreciate your information. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I was just trying to say is that
I don't appreciate.
You know what I'm saying?
The line.
No matter what paperwork we have, whether we use paper or not, we all the same, bro. That's all I want to get at. Peace to the Moors.
Who issued you that ID, sir?
Where'd you get that ID? We gonna do some business.
Ty Data, we need to take turns. Well, who issued you that ID?
Like I told you in the beginning, the ID was issued by the Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs because we have our own government. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Okay. So where's the headquarters of this government at, sir?
Yes.
Where's the headquarters? Why would it have to have a headquarters? It's indigenous.
No, you just said you're a government, so you have to have a goddamn capital for the government, sir.
All right, what's the phone number?
Where's your embassy?
Where's the website? Do you guys use .gov or .mor?
The imbecile.
Hold on, let him answer the question, bro. Let him answer the question. What'd you say?
Headquarters are for corporations. We're not a corporation. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you're not a 501c3?
No, we're not a 501c3.
You're not a nation.
Okay. How are we not a nation?
That's a goddamn lie, bro.
Okay, just ask him this. Where are you guys certified at? Where's you guys certified at? And where's you guys certified at?
We're certified in the
They are subsidized by the United States government. Subsidized by the United States government.
Where's your jurisdiction?
No. He just said it. Hold on, say it one more time.
Call up the Library of Congress. Ask about certificate number AA 222141.
What is our Library of Congress or the Trinidad Library of Congress?
Right. Why would our Library of Congress have your stuff in it?
Library of Congress, bro?
Write down the.
Yeah, why would we call up another government for your information?
No, tie data. Are we gonna call our Library of Congress? Or are you talking about our Library of Congress?
Yeah, bro, that don't make sense, bro. I'm sorry.
No. That has nothing to do with a Canadian, sir. That has nothing to do with
no such thing as a Canadian. I already told you Canada's a corporation. Does Walmart have citizens?
What are you talking about? No. That's your nationality, sir. That's what's on your passport.
Walmart
Chief.
No.
You can't tell him what
You're a
he is,
native
bro.
Canadian,
You
sir.
can't tell him
You're
what
native.
he is.
You're
Doing the same thing that he's
You're
doing.
not a Moorish American.
He's a Moorish American, bro. That's what it says.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
You can't tell him he's not. Because now you're doing the same thing
Hey,
he's
listen,
doing.
there's no such thing as a Moorish American. So he can't be
Is,
something
bro.
that's made
How
up,
you
bro.
gonna say that? That man got just put out ID.
Talk to your boy.
Bro,
you have to respect that, man. He just saying what you gotta give him that respect. Because if you don't, then you know what I'm saying? You're doing the same thing they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because he come to us like you guys are this, you guys are that. And you going to him saying you're this and you're that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same.
No, bro, listen. In order to be American, once again, I gotta say this again, right? This is America. That's Canada. Okay.
Canada's a corporation. Stop saying that. You sound like a fucking idiot.
Whatever you're talking about, though, you just said America was a corporation.
Right. So where you guys registered at?
Hold on. Moorish American ain't a corporation, right?
Stop the BS.
I got you. Moorish American. Morocco's not a corporation, right?
Why would Morocco be a corporation?
Come on, fam. Stop being a fuckboy.
Hey, Candy. Hey, when you asked us to go to our Congress to look up your information, why would we go to another government to look up another government? Why we just can't go directly to that government to look up that government?
I'm telling you where the.
I know, but you leading me to another government, bro. That sounds like a scam. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm telling you where and you're bitching because it's online. Where's the corporation? Why are you guys bitching? Just call the fucking people who I told you to call. Great Sea National Association of Commercial Affairs. Fuck you talking
about? He said Moorish Affairs.
I want to look it up.
He said Moorish Affairs.
I gotta look this up.
Right, you gotta look it up. So he gave it to you. So he said Moorish Affairs.
Right. You guys are full of shit. You want to call in? We can give you the call-in number. Every Tuesday, you can call into the show that Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs has, and you could ask your goddamn stupid ass questions there. Let the mothers rip you guys.
And so where are they located?
Well, to the Alouette Dynasty.
Where are they located, sir?
Why they suggest the Alouette Dynasty?
They're located in Morocco.
The Alouette Dynasty subjects?
What continent?
Whoa. He just said Morocco, bro. He just said Morocco.
Hold on, Chief. Hold on. Before you say that.
So we gotta make a long distance call.
The same continent. The same.
Hold on, what continent?
The same continent that Assyria is part of.
Okay, I don't know that, bro. But what? Just
tell me. Go ask your boy Assyria, because you guys are full of shit.
I'm just asking you a question, bro. Why you?
No, you're not. Because now you're right.
I'm asking you what continent. So we can look it up.
Now,
archive has been pulled up. You want that work tonight, Canaanland?
Well, get what work? Where you
no,
been?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. God come in peace. He came in peace.
Where you been for the past 2
months? He came in peace, bro.
Actually, yeah, I gotta retract that. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure.
Do you want that work?
He come to slay some outlaws tonight. Let's keep it real. He did.
You guys were talking shit.
So we gonna try to. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get our channel shut down. This is the guy that called Libra agent, but then he told his people to go flag our channel. You see what I'm saying? That's agent, bro. You can't get away with that. You on camera telling people go flag them. That's agent, bro. You see what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
You told people on your show to go flag our channel, bro. And we trying to be nice because we don't want to get the channel shut
down. I told them to go thumbs down the channel. Stop lying.
I know. That's okay, but you told them to go thumbs down the channel. Okay.
Yeah, I told them to go thumbs down.
Do you think is that a 30 more? Is that a 30 more?
Somebody. I told them thumbs down because these guys are full of shit.
I know, but who?
Yeah, but we can have different, bro. We can disagree, and you don't have to be like that.
Bro, that's agent, bro. That's a dirty move.
Incident.
You see what I'm saying? Even look at your boy Rude was the meanest motherfucking more y'all got, bro. And he come on here on peace and still give a thumbs up.
Root words is a two-faced, backstabbing clown.
Oh, please
Oh,
don't.
This man don't trust nobody, yo. This man don't like nobody.
What are you talking about? We don't rep the root word. Root word.
If Root Words come over here, I'm leaving. Root Words the meanest motherfucker more you ever met in your life, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. And he come over here and he show respect. You see what I'm saying? So he wouldn't come on here and tell his people to flag our page. That's agent, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason we trying to be nice because we don't want to shut down. So this one right here can shut our channel down anytime. It's bad enough other Aboriginals don't like us, Pan Africans don't like us, and now we got this dude. If we put him on that bus, Chief, you already know, bro. Your channel gone.
Whatever, yo.
Yeah. I can't put you on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. I'm telling you the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, don't get so emotional about sparring, bro. We're grown men and we're having conversation. We go back and forth. We have fun. You don't make it so personal, you know.
But where's the continent? Though? What continent you're more stuck? Is it in America, the Americas, or is it in Africa?
Morocco shit.
Okay, but this dude got a accent. What island you from? You want to answer me? What island you from, Canaanland? What island you from? Because you're an islander. What island you from?
No, hey, can I get
Chief? We can't hear you, bro. Chief,
yeah, go ahead.
Your mic slow, bro. Your mic slow.
Hey, I can't hear, and I know the people can't hear, so we got to go one at a time.
Well, all of a sudden, you want to go one at a time? Shut the hell up, yo.
Can I get that word?
Yeah, but I'm still trying to figure out what continent this is on, so I can check this out. Because I want to do business.
Hold on, listen.
Do you guys have an army as well?
Listen.
You guys got an army?
Bro, can we go one at a time, please?
Ask Asir if he has an army. He's a more.
Why you? I
Bro,
mean, I'm not going to call
it. You worry about yourself right now.
No, I'm gonna worry about Asir because that's a more. That's a more.
Don't worry about Asir. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about people. He's not putting himself in the damn. Stop bringing up people.
I didn't hear you guys ask him any stupid ass questions. Go ask Asir the same stuff you're asking me and see what answer you get.
But see, he didn't flag our channel.
Hold on, Tom. Hey. Canaanland. This is between Canaanland and us. This has nothing to do with us here, the Duke of Tears.
Oh yes, he's a more.
Don't. It doesn't matter though. Don't make me call it.
It matters because he's in Morocco too, just like I'm in Morocco. We say the same stuff.
What continent?
No, that's incorrect.
America.
That's incorrect. He's talking about India. He's talking about
America. His Morocco is in America, y'all. It's not Africa.
America. He's
my. That's all I wanted to know, bro.
He's one of my national teachers. Trust me, we talk the same. Trust me, we talk the same. You guys wouldn't be talking any of this BS you're telling me to Asir the Duke of Tears because you guys dick right.
Are you from Trinidad, my brother?
Yeah, you got. Don't worry. Dick right Asir. But
are you from Trinidad, my brother?
Nah, it's not like that, bro. Canaanland. First of all, Asir Duke of Tears gives homage to India and the Tamil speaking people. He does not give homage to no damn Morocco. He does not give homage to some Alouette dynasty.
All right.
Shit you following.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he does. Who do you think run out there Duke of Tears from here?
In the chat room, right? Amani Bay. He said we are. Hold on. He said we are Americans. So stop letting people take that away. See, here's the thing, right? This brother's not an American. That's a fact.
Let another more on. Let another more on. I'll get off. Let another more on.
Why don't you just look up American?
Bro? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Because he's saying we're not Americans.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. But let the problem he's having is that he's not an American.
Americans? You guys are the naturalized Americans.
You're not American.
You guys are
now, it's Moorish American. It's people that got Bay on their name, they got L, they identify as being Moorish.
You guys are Americans, right? You guys are naturalized.
Their lineage goes back to America. Wait a minute. You just said y'all headquarters, brother. You just said y'all headquarters is in Morocco. That's what you said. So that means that you're a Moroccan American. Are you a Moroccan American too?
Moroccan Empire.
He said Moroccan.
Okay, so that means that you're a Moroccan. Hold on. No. That means that you are a Moroccan American, right?
Not the kingdom, Moroccan Empire. I told you Moorish.
No. I'm trying to get somewhere with you right now. No. Do you have any citizenship to Morocco? Yes or no?
Moorish? You ever look up Moorish to see what Moorish means?
Do you need a passport to go to Morocco? Yes or no?
Maybe you should look up Moorish.
Hey, I'll look it up.
Bro, we've already did this. You want to do it again right now in your face?
Passport.
You said Morocco is in America, right? So you're talking about the continent, or are you talking about the United States? Where's your Morocco at? Is it in United States of America, or is it somewhere in the Americas?
United States is a corporation.
Okay, so where is your headquarters or whatever you was? I don't know, your government or whatever it was you was.
Morocco. I already told you.
It's in Morocco. Now, what continent?
America.
What is in America? So is that United States or just the continent?
America.
I know America. What is it? The continent? United States of America?
No, not United States. Leave United States out of this. America.
Okay, so what modern day? Okay, modern terms in our culture, how we talk down here and how we talk to each other.
Your culture. You just turned American yesterday. You guys were born niggers. Stop this.
Okay. So what state? What state is it in?
Morocco. What the hell are you talking about?
So it's a state called Morocco in America?
Yeah.
Is it in United States of America?
Above Mexico is Morocco.
Yeah, Texas, Morocco.
So Texas. So
you guys.
So wouldn't that make you American? Wouldn't your nationality be American?
American. If I just told you it's Moorish American, why are you being a dumbass?
Well, I'm just asking because you said your headquarters is there, and that's where you get your ruling from. That's where your rules from. And so I was wondering,
when your little clown boys come on here, now you're a dumbass. You don't have common sense anymore. Now you're a stupid idiot. Because you weren't a stupid idiot before your chief and your Lotus guy came on here. You were fine. All of a sudden,
because I'm trying to ask you a question.
No, you're not.
I'm trying to.
Now you're being.
I'm trying to look up.
Now you're being an asshole. Now you're being an asshole.
Can I say something? Let me let the vibes a little bit.
I will literally find that place and I will literally go do business with them. You will claim what you are, and you will claim it, but I will literally call up the council at the consulate of Morocco, and I will literally do business with them. I will help them with their computers. I will help them with their portals. I will help them. I'm trying to figure out where is this place. You're giving me run around. You're giving me puzzle.
Before now you're being.
A quick question though. Anybody want to
You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and step up, but he's giving me a puzzle. I'm trying to figure out where this place at because I'm gonna
ask. Can I just ask one question and then I'm gonna get off? I'm gonna make space, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and get off. You can stay on.
I'm gonna ask the brother one more question. My brother, just can't. We don't want the vibes change because we've been having a good conversation, right?
No, but you notice when the vibes change, right?
All right. But hear me, I said, I ask this. Do you guys
notice when the vibes?
Yeah, we got a more.
Listen, may I ask this one? I'm gonna mute my mic right after this. I make you go in, right? May I ask this?
You did notice.
Do you guys use etymology? Do you guys use etymology?
Come on, what kind of question is that?
Okay, all right. Can I share my screen real quick? I'm gonna share my screen. Since you guys you honor what you see on the etymology, right? You honor.
It's your screen.
Okay, cool. Where? Okay, boom. Okay, so let's look up the etymology of more, right?
They're going to building Windows 10.
Boom.
Oh, you got that AT&T. You got that AT&T network, huh? Your shit fast, bro.
Nice, huh?
You got because AT&T got headquarters out there in Arizona and DirecTV.
I have Cox. It's called Cox Cable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Check this out. Now, we're not gonna use the verb because we're not verb. We're gonna use the noun. We're gonna read the noun part, right? Because it has to be a noun. You can't be a verb, right? So It says Moor, North African, Berber, one of the race dwelling in Barbary.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Make sure you know that Barbary means Moorish because Barbary is Arabic.
Okay. All right. Cool. And from Old French Moor, from medieval Latin Moros.
You have to be stop being a clown and muting me because that's the same stuff you guys do in the chat. You like to.
Hey, bro, he's reading, bro. He's reading.
Let me read it. We got listeners, so we want them to see what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I want to be heard too. That make sure that you remember Barbary is Moorish. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, look at Barbary next.
It's fine.
We'll look at it next. Don't worry, we got you.
It's fine. From medieval Latin Moros, from Latin Moros, inhabitants of Mauritania, Roman Northwest Africa, a region now corresponding to northern Algeria and Morocco. From Greek Moros, perhaps a native name or else cognate with Moros, which means black. Okay? But this conjunctive only appears in late Greek and may as well be from the people's name as the reserve, right?
Only appears in late what? Only appears in what?
Appears in late Greek.
Oh, so that would mean that Greeks say that Moor means black. Nobody else, only Greeks.
He said it appears.
Yeah, but only Greeks.
It didn't say only.
Only, but that's the only.
You interpret it. You heard it.
Dude, let me finish reading, and then you could just after
you just made that shit up, bro. You just made that shit up. You did not say that. You did not say only.
Greek only appears in late.
It did not say that, man.
It says it right there. This adjective only appears in late Greek.
Where?
Only. What do you mean? Right after black. Right after black. Black. But this adjective only appears in late Greek.
He's right. It says, but the adjective only
They
appears.
don't say that, right? He said.
Oh, so it do say that then. It do say that. Okay.
But
You
this
didn't say that.
adjective only appears in late Greek. Right.
You
He's
said
right.
Barbary. Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
What's
Testing.
Greek. Yo, so I'm trying to figure this out because
What is the point of this?
Hold on. The point is that he's filibustering because we just read the definition and he can't provide the other one. Hold on. You said, sir, that what it means. Barber means
Moorish.
That's what you said.
Yeah, Arabic.
No, it means kind of like, right? Hold on, we're gonna break these words down tonight, right? But it means kind of like, right?
No.
I
didn't say it. I said Moorish. Look up Moorish. Put Moorish in Etimon. See what comes
No, hold on.
up.
I'm one at a time. One at a time. It's right here.
Bro, you play semantics, bro.
Since you want to use dictionaries, put
Moorish. It's not dictionary.
Moorish for this time, man. And I'm gonna show him that there's no such thing as Moorish.
Hold on, what's the point of looking up more? What is the point of the
Why I'm reading this, Ty? Why I'm reading this is to show that there has nothing to do with America in this whole etymology. And when I go back now and I put in American, what I was gonna do is etymology American and show him how America ties to this land.
But he's still able to be a Moorish American, even if it's over there in Africa. He can
No, the
still
fuck
be
he's not. No, the fuck he's not. No, he's not. Check this out. If he wouldn't be able to be ADOS, right? Or Foundational Black American because he's not from America. We are the only Americans on the planet.
You have the right to make whatever you want up.
He down right now.
Look at you guys.
Can we please see Boris next?
Look at you guys.
No.
Together.
Matter of fact, can we see Barbary before we get to Moorish? Barbary.
I don't get it. But see, because my understanding is he clearly said that we have the right to make whatever the fuck we want up.
No,
so they made some shit up, bro. They got it right.
Okay.
Like why is we arguing? It's he made that shit up. He said it.
Yeah, you would.
Y'all want me to continue or just get rid of this?
No,
you see what I'm saying? He said we got the right to self-identify. So he is self-identifying. Like why?
We can't do it.
What is the deal? If he said he that.
Don't forget, Asir made it up too, because Asir is a Moorish American.
He made that shit up. So let's.
Asir made it up too. Don't forget your boy Asir. Don't forget your boy Asir made it up too, because he's Moorish American.
Right. So he can self-identify with whatever he wants.
No, but self-identify and made up is two different things. So don't try to say self-identify.
Well, you have the right to make it up. Okay, we have the right to make whatever we want up.
Make sure you tell.
Right?
Make sure you tell Asir that as well, that he made up his nationality.
No, what I saying, bro?
What I am implying is that we have the right to make whatever we want up, don't we? And so somebody made up, somebody came up with more.
Now you're trying to switch. Now you're trying to switch stuff.
That's exactly what I said, bro. You're taking it out of context, and you're trying to use the tears and try to make some type of Indian type of. He said this about tears, and I know how you YouTubers are. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm sort of one, and you're trying to pin us against each other. You keep bringing him up, bro. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm not talking about him. He don't solidify you. Okay, he cannot solidify you. If you are a jailbird more or whatever they call him, a prison more, he can't get you out of that. He can't say, "Oh man, he's real." He can't do that. Like he can't. You know what I'm saying?
That's your boy. That's your boy. That's your boy.
Because he specifically told me, live on air. I said, "How do you find Dirty Moors?" He said, "Most Dirty Moors is gonna have some weird ass ID." You know what I'm saying? No, let me quit. But he said, "Tell them to check their ID." And he said, "Most of them live by themselves. They're like loners and shit." That's what he told me.
He said most though, right? He didn't say all, right? He said most.
I don't know exactly what he said, but he pretty much let me know. Like, if a dude come up to you, spit some more shit, ask those two questions, and one of the two, he's going to be one of them.
Now you're making up stuff again.
That's what I got of it. That's what I interpreted. He didn't say that, but that's how I interpreted it in my little weird little brain. So, you know, if you're more and you one of those, then I am going to be hesitant to fuck with you. I'm sorry, because that's what he told me.
Anybody look up American yet?
All right, let me look up American now. Are we done with this? Should I keep reading? Or are we good with
at the end of the day, like people need to be able to respect that. Even if you're Aboriginal, you can't tell him what he's not, bro, and he can't tell us what we not.
Ty, I'm having a conversation with the brother, yo. He said he respects etymology. The Moors teach etymology. That's the people who teach etymology, right? So I'm saying, if you respect etymology, I'm saying this is what etymology say they are, the Moors. Okay.
Oh yeah. So you have to respect that, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to tell him who he is.
You're right.
Okay. Now I'm gonna show.
I did it. I'm sorry.
I also applied to Arabic. Arabic conquerors of Spain being a dark people in relation to Europeans. Their name in the Middle Ages was synonymous for Negro. Later 16th, 17th century, being the nearest Muslim to the Western Europe. It was used indiscriminately of Muslim, Persians, Arab, etc., but especially those in India. Cognate with Dutch Moor, German Moor, Danish Moray, Spanish Moro, Italian Moro.
Can I share something? Can I share something since you guys are sharing?
I'm gonna kill my screen.
So basically, what you're saying is that
let me share. Since America has nothing to do with Morocco, let me just share something. Hold on.
I'm not sure what we doing, but we still didn't get the continent, bro. I mean,
I'm not saying you right, yo. You didn't get it.
I'm not getting that up, bro. I'm not getting off until I get where it's placed at. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's all I'm. Rubro come on here.
Can I share? I
can't see the chat.
Open your ears, okay? Open your ears.
Somebody said it's in Tennessee.
Open your ears.
Is Bashar, and he also knows that North America is known as Al-Maghreb Al-Aqsa.
Of course, I know that. North America was known as Al-Maghreb Al-Aqsa, and it reported to the Sultan of Morocco. And there was a relation. This is why I needed to ask you, what's the relation between the first colonials and the governors of Morocco, because they communicated, because on paper it was part of Greater Morocco. That's known.
That's known.
But I
and
need to know.
Bashar's from Jordan.
Yes.
Palestinian.
Yes.
And he
Palestinian,
knows this.
Jordanian, Arab, Canadian.
Fantastic.
More lives matter.
Oh, bro, do you understand what he just said, bro?
Yeah, that Morocco is part of.
No, he said that y'all conquered us, bro.
What are you talking?
He said y'all came over here. That means y'all conquered over here, bro. That means they came over here and got the name and shit. They came over here and got the doing shit, bro. That's an invasion.
He said they're colonizers. He said it. He said
That's
colonials.
Invasion, bro. Y'all,
Yeah.
I'm done, bro.
Man, that video didn't help you, bro. It didn't help
That's
you
an
at all.
invasion, bro. That means you're an invader. That's what he's saying, bro. I'm cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Peace to the chat, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just will come over here, talk some little shit, hang out, show some love. You know what I'm saying?
You better run.
Yeah, I gotta run. I'm sorry. But yeah, much respect to you, man. We working hard over here, bro. Don't flag us, bro.
You better
all right?
run.
Okay. Can you say that you ain't gonna try to flag us?
You better run.
Can you tell us that? But I'm gonna go ahead and get off the panel because I'm gonna do that, man.
You're already running, so you might as well.
No, but can you tell us you ain't gonna flag us? Can you give us that? We ain't gonna flag you in like Chief. Well, Chief probably don't even. Yeah, you ain't gonna flag us, is you?
Flag? Since when have I ever flagged you guys? Stop.
Well, you had a bunch of people come thumb us down, bro. That's some cold shit.
Thumbs down is not flagging.
I know, but that's some cold shit, bro. We grown ass men. We don't do that, bro. We don't
No,
play in the park.
When we see fuck shit, we do that.
Okay, so that means that's a warning. Are you gonna flag us?
No, I'm gonna thumbs down you guys. I'm gonna thumbs down.
But no flagging though. You're not gonna report us to YouTube.
Nobody reports anybody to YouTube. Stop changing the subject and just either get off the thing.
I am, but I'm just letting you know, bro. Talk
to Seer, the Duke of Tears, about Cujo, and if
that is an invasion, bro. I'm just sorry.
Oh, America! Now we're gonna learn about my grandma.
Make sure we don't want to hear nothing from you, Black Lips. You do.
Okay. I changed my lip. I changed my lipstick color. I changed my lipstick color just for you.
We're done with you. We've been done with you.
From black lip to more lip. Yeah.
So I know y'all don't like girls over there and stuff, right? Y'all like men feet and shit, right? But we don't disrespect over here, goofball. So the point is, right? Everything that you're saying, even who is that white boy right there? Who is he? Is he a Moor?
Yeah, good question. Who that?
Who's the white boy? Like, because we didn't know who he is and what gives him the authority. Because if I can pull up experts and prove what we're saying.
Bashar, and he also knows that North America is known as Al-Maghreb Al-Aqsa.
Of course. I know that. North America was known as Al-Maghreb Al-Aqsa, and it reported to the Sultan of Morocco. And there was a relation. This is why I needed to ask you, what's the relation between the first colonials and the governors of Morocco, because they communicated, because on paper it was part of Greater Morocco. That's known.
Predate all of this. See, once again, you're going in a 1700s, 1800s, you know what I'm saying, 1900s. You reading us up from 2000, and that's what, 12, 13, 14, 17. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, what makes this a primary source or a source for you just because you got some cracker sitting on a damn couch talking about Mexum and shit like that? All these word spells that you're talking about, bro, that doesn't help you. Pull out a document that helps us say, hey, right here it says more is whatever he's saying. And it's not saying that, bro. That's what we're saying. And then you said that Barbary means more. It don't. It is a term that they later changed, but they gave them Berber. Berber comes from Barbary, and we've had this conversation. You said, well, Barbary means a language, but right now you're trying to say that means Moorish. You can't flip flop in your arguments, fam, and that's what you're doing. We're calling you on your shit,
Yeah,
fam.
that's true. That's true, Chief.
You're going back and forth with a whole bunch of shit, bro. You have not made one point, and now you pull up a whiteboard to say, "Oh, right here, what he said is we're not going to listen to him at all."
He said colonial. He said they're the first colonials. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? Okay. All right. Now this says 1570s. Originally, one of the Aboriginal peoples discovered in the Western Hemisphere by Europeans. From modern Latin Americanos from America. The original sense is now Native Americans. The sense of residents of North America of European, originally British descent. Did y'all get that? So this is, when you say American, this is why we say we are American, which came from the word Amarucan. That's the original word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's the same thing. There you go. This doesn't say anything about North Africa. This doesn't say anything about Morocco or nothing like that. It's just said America, Aboriginals of America. When we pull up more, it's saying North Africa, it's saying Barbary, it's saying all these things on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm left confused when you say you're indigenous to here and you're more. You feel me, my brother? Stop sharing the screen now. Is he still here? Are we still live?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think you obliterated him.
I hope he didn't try to.
Oh, shit, Root Word's in the house. What'd he do, run?
Oh, Root Word. Oh, that's your boy. Oh, that's
he
right.
He left. He said, I can't do it.
All right, I'm gonna back up. I know I don't want to get inside y'all's business, but I thought it was a Moors on y'all, but he disrespected me. He gets mad at me because more to me, and what Taj Tariq taught us, all the Moors that are nationals, he teaches that it's a bloodline that's aboriginal to America. And then Cujo, who is from Canada. And all Canadians are migrants that come from England or Africa.
That part.
He's only been here one bloodline, so he ain't my bloodline and be calling me a nigger. Once I was over there, I was supporting him because he got a lot of game. Person calling me a nigger, and I cussed his ass out and said, "You an immigrant?" And I looked into it. He's from Africa.